Hello and welcome to Dicebreakers, a TTRPG podcast with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host and GM, and with me are Rowyn, Birdie, Mark, and Joe, my wonderful players. How is everybody doing today?
I am.
Thank you very much.
The podcast will never hear
I don't remember what we did last time.
I'll go through that. The podcast won't hear it because I will cut it out because we record separately, but someone made a loud noise. I don't know who that was.
I think it was my door opening. This one is a bit stuck.
Well, I can say
my apologies.
It definitely wasn't Purdy because Purdy's lost a voice. She has a little bit of voice. Give us your best.
No.
Give us your best.
I do really.
There you go.
Oh.
I do really love how you're writing on a whiteboard for a podcast.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the reason I'm going to introduce this is because it may seem at some points that I might, as a DM, say, oh, Neva's going to do this or Neva's going to do that because Purdy just messaged me in Discord if you want to do things, whatever. And I just want to put it out there that I'm not just being stupidly controlling. She can't say what she's going to do.
Oh, is that how we're doing it? I thought it was going to be Purdy holds up what she wants to do.
Well, no,
one of
that's
our best Purdy voice.
That's as well, but for the podcast, I may just have to
says it in our best Purdy impression.
Well, the other option I did consider is getting the Microsoft Sam voice, just putting that in for whatever she tries to say for the podcast.
I have wondered doing if there was a way I could type.
Oh, I'll just do that in post.
Oh, okay.
There is text-to-speech Discord.
Oh no, that wouldn't be recorded on Craig. Anyway, I think we've managed to mumble our way to the end of the intro. We do have a little intro. I will say the intro doesn't.
Are we mumbling?
The intro doesn't. Sorry, I should say the recap doesn't include that you finished the because it's one of those sort of meta ones. It doesn't include that you finished the Forest of Dreams, as it kind of was called. You got the green orb, but I feel like that was 3 episodes, and if someone's missed that, I don't know how we even recap. You got lost in a forest. It was all virtual. You won it for
very, very long.
Yeah,
We killed.
Sorry, new listeners. Alex doesn't care about you.
It's less about caring. It's more just I don't think we can recap 3 episodes in one. Anyway, just play the thing. I'm going to shut up now. Hey, Bash. Yes, Lucy. I have bad news. Oh? I think Franklin is in trouble. Neva needs your help. What's that prick got himself into this time? No, I think it's serious. Oh. What happened? Well, you know how he was sent to look after Neva? After Maisie died, yes. Well, Neva said he was vexing her as usual, so she was trying to avoid him just a smidge. But then while she was having a meal with friends, he got himself into a scuffle and disappeared. Well, that's not like him. He's the most competent gunman I know. When did this happen? Last week, apparently. Last week? Surely we would have heard something. Well, that's just it. I've asked his parents, and Neva's asked hers. Nobody seems to be concerned, or in fact aware of him being in trouble. I think someone is covering this up. Well, that just won't do. Get Arthur to pack my bags. I'll be leaving in the morning. I'll put an end to this funny business. Make sure to check in with Neva as well. I mean emotionally. I think she's been through a lot. What do you take me for, Lucy? Some kind of glacial reprobate? Of course I'll make sure she's okay. She's our friend. Thank you. Don't thank me until it's done, dear. I love these kind of intros because it's just me going mad talking to myself. But there you go.
Yeah, I was about to
It's
say
not how
that.
I expected Bash to sound at all, but I fucking love it.
Listen,
He sounds like an asshole, but
you give me prompts, I roll with it, okay? So yeah.
Just more names to the list.
So
no, this one's supposed to be
No,
fine.
not Bash.
yeah, what do you take him for?
If you
Some
do
kind of
Bash
glacial reprobate?
30, I'm leaving.
So we start on Thursday morning. If you remember, the Wednesday night or Wednesday evening was when you finished off the Forest of Dreams. You got the green orb, and then you went back and you phoned up your parents, or Neva and because you're not all related. The twins went and phoned their mum, who didn't believe them, and then the sisters, and then you phoned up Lucinda Blackwood, who said she would talk to Bash. We start on Thursday morning. I'm sure you're all bright and awake and possibly have quite a lot on your mind, but it's a standard and normal day. unless you want to do anything else during the day. I know, of course, Maisie's got a little bit of a therapy session later in the day, but
I do, and I also have to go shopping.
sure.
Well,
So
Ooh, shopping.
Cal would want to sort of bring up with Maisie the fact that there's something unusual about that pool.
well, I'll tell you what, as you have normally quite a busy day and you're all quite in with the, education, we'll start quickly going over Maisie's appointment with Professor Gernthal. Is there anything you bring up? It's kind of a standard session. She's still very concerned about your mental state to do with the shoulder, how that's going. She, of course, is not currently aware of you having done the Forest of Dreams unless you bring it up. So it's kind of just plodding along, just making sure everything's okay, making sure that you've been sort of like coping with things as they go forwards.
I think rather than just role playing it all out, we can do something about this if you say we have to. But Maisie would try her best to avoid discussing what happened in the Forest of Dreams. She would be like, yeah, we got the green orb. We're basically the greatest people who've ever crossed this campus. So
Sure.
I'm doing great.
Give me a deception. She's going to roll an insight, and you know she's good at it.
I'm so good at deception, though. 16.
I think you can tell that she knows something's off, but she's not pressing. But as she's talking, she's listening, hand to chin, just like, okay, yeah. And I think there's a couple of those pauses where you stop talking and she just looks, just waiting. And there's this air of like, maybe it's your sort of slight telepathic abilities, maybe it's just the way that she presents herself, but you can tell that she's got this sort of, I know there's something else to say, but whether you say it is up to you for now.
That's anxiety.
Well,
it's called anxiety.
But she obviously, doesn't press for it and just lets you say what you're saying and checks in and sort of makes sure you're okay. After that, of course, about 5 o'clock, you're all done with school and stuff, so you'd be probably coming home. Carle, if you wanted to talk, I imagine you'd be in the apartment's main area whilst Maisie comes back later than the rest.
But in fact, Maisie would get in after Cal because
you'd already be back home.
So when Maisie came in and sort of everyone settled down a bit, it sort of Maisie, I wanted, yeah, it's just something. I'm not sure how important it is or whatever, but when we were in the forest and there was that pool where we finally realized that that was a doppelganger, because when it put its hands in the water, you could see the strange effect. And it didn't affect the rest of us because we were who we normally are. But when you put your hand in the water, it went grey. It implies that you don't look like you think you look. I mean, is this something you know about, or what is this? It just seems
if I knew I was grey, I mean, no, it's not something I know about.
I didn't think it was.
Neva was saying it's probably just an illusion. That place was full of them, so.
I mean, that's probably true, to be fair, but I mean, the whole place was designed to confuse us and set us against each other. So that may be what it was, but it's just, if it's not something you know about, I didn't know if you wanted to sort of, follow it up, or if you wanted any...
Not particularly.
Okay. I mean, it's up to you, of course. It's all to you, but if you ever need any help with that or anything, just, remember we're all here.
I appreciate it, Cal.
I'm
gonna go feed Sebastian.
Oh, I'm going to go feed whatever my pet score, which I've forgotten the name of. Chesty.
Oh, do you have a cut of like lamb or something to feed it? Is that?
I'd sort of go around collecting any leftover bits of meat off of people's plates at the refectory. You finished?
No,
that?
Joe,
we're
not eating Rolo to the chest.
Why have you named your lizard after Sebastian? I've never made that connection.
I haven't either, and besides, we don't really call him Sebastian, do we? We call him Bash.
You're muted, Jack. I feel like you're trying to say something.
I was telling Rolo to get off the desk. I'm trying to discourage it.
Right.
Have I made a note of what I call my?
I don't know.
You keep calling it Minnie or
Rowyn?
Mimi.
Mimi.
Yeah, Mimi. Oh yes,
Do
I've
you
written it down.
normally
Mimi the
take
Mimic.
notes?
I have written it down. I'm
Mimi
not
the
as stupid
Mix.
as I thought I was.
Cool.
Um,
Fine.
Yes.
It's all right. I know I take a lot of notes normally, and
I don't-
I'm not with it enough to do it tonight. So I was hoping. Oh.
I'm not
Well-
either. I don't even have my notebook with me, so
I take notes, and then I
I'll
can't read
take
them
the
afterwards.
notes.
When I can read them, I can't understand them. So.
So,
I don't know where my notebook is.
Maisie, you wanted to go to the shops.
Shopping! I just want to get some studded leather armor.
Sure. Is anybody
'Cause I
joining
gave
you?
my...
I also could do with some studded leather armor.
I gave you my armor, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
you gave me
going
leather
shopping.
armor.
So,
And I'm buying studded leather for you.
are you going to go to the etchery?
Great. Do you
No.
wanna buy some for me?
Absolutely not.
You can have yours back.
I'll come
No.
along to keep you company.
Thanks, Cal.
Are you going to the etchery? That is your local blacksmith, and you know the.
Yes. We were supposed to be talking to Edge, weren't we? Yes. I would want to go. And
Edge is in hospital.
Yes.
We don't know that. We don't know if he's back.
Rolo.
Well, here's the thing: is I don't want just like run of the mill studded leather armor, obviously. So I need to go to like a cool clothing shop first to find like a jacket
Sure.
or something to inlay the studded leather
Okay.
into.
Well, as not to go through a load of unnecessary RP, as we do quite a lot.
We do lots of shopping, don't we?
There
We
would
do
be
a lot of shopping.
shops that you can go to. There'd be the equivalent of like, God, I'm trying to think of what would be the kind of shop that
Hot Topic.
Blue
what
banana.
topic was? Yeah, I was kind of going that direction, or okay, yeah, it could be. I'm sure.
I don't think there would be a hot topic on Shell, would there? Would there maybe be like a heated category?
Heated category, maybe. I was thinking of oh god, TK Maxx, which in the US is TJ Maxx, but here is like FP Min.
TZ Max.
TZ Maxx. So you go
TK
along
Min.
and you'll find there'll be like a standard leather jacket, costs like 7 silver. I mean, nothing's too expensive. Like it's not high quality. You would be very aware that it would need reinforcing if you want it to be armor. You've got style, you
Yeah.
don't have armor. You just have like pleather basically. And then you'd pop along to the entry. The front is still closed. The sign does say closed. It's not boarded off or anything, but you can see Anton inside working away, but the front door is locked. Closed sign is up. You knock on, and he doesn't look immediately because he's clang, 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 got a furnace going in the corner. And eventually he sort of just looks up and sees the movement at the corner of his eye. No. Wanders over. Click, click, click. Right, gave me the freak of my life just then. Gosh.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that.
No, it's
I
no
just
worries,
wanted-
no worries. Come in, come in.
Well, I mean, first of all, how are you? Of course, how are you doing?
Well, just keeping on with things. Just like there's some custom orders and stuff. Shop front's not open, but we're still taking orders externally and stuff. We get a lot of money from over in Corsia. They like a lot of stuff. So
Speaking of custom orders, can you do one more?
I might be.
Hang on. First, Anton, how are you? Are you okay?
You just asked that, and
That
I
was the question.
Yeah.
But secondly, how is Mr. Vasvayas,
The professor,
your
how's
close friend and employer?
Yeah,
How's the
we're
professor?
not really just going to go see him. He's still in hospital. He's kind of in a little bit of a sectioned off. I think he's still unconscious. I haven't spoken. Like I said, I'm not family. I just got to be honest. I don't even know who will be seeing him. I guess technically, I mean, he does have a son, but I don't know if he's come back to see him. I think possibly Velka. Oh, sorry, Professor Dinzin might be able to go in. I think they're technically close enough, like family. I don't know how it is, but no, I don't know if he's how that's all going. We've fixed up the door, as you can see. The door that was exploded in has been like patched up and replaced, and it's been nicely sort of sorted out. But I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, okay, I just wondered how he was. Although I think Maisie had a question she wanted to ask.
Can you reinforce this jacket with studded leather?
Like takes it off you, and in your hands it's like it looks like quite a sturdy jacket. In his hands it's this tiny little flimsy thing. He's like, well, I can. I mean, it'll cost a lot more to turn this into workable armor because I've got to do a lot of stuff and remaking a lot if you want it in this. I mean, yes, it's
How
possible.
much more?
Well, your standard. I mean, for you guys, I'd give you some like standard studded that you've got. You might get told off for keeping it low, but about 5 gold a piece. Usually, it's about 10. But for this, because I'd have to sort it out a lot, you'd be looking up at like 15 realistically, and that's on the cheap side of
15?
things.
That's no
nothing.
problem.
Yeah.
And pull out a platinum and 5 gold for him.
Well, you say that because some of us haven't got any money at all.
Respectfully, if 10 gold is like a good average monthly salary for some people, so
genuinely this time I wasn't meaning it like the rich cow I am.
and I only get paid
I was-
7 gold a month,
I
so
was
I couldn't
genuinely
afford it
expecting
myself.
to be like 50.
Oh well, no. I mean, there's some hours and stuff you could do. I mean, if you want it to be extra special, I can, it can go up to that kind of cost if you can afford it. But that involves getting some enchantments, which will come in externally.
Yeah, we've
What
mostly
kind of
been.
enchantments would-
Or just like extra
Yeah.
protectionary stuff, just magical covering gives it like a little bit of extra protection whilst you're wearing it. Nothing too special.
If we were talking in degrees, would it be like 1st degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees?
Depends how much you pay. Realistically, people mostly don't go past like an extra. Let's just call it like a +1 sort of thing. But it can go up to 2s and 3s. You get some of these like big adventures and stuff. They sometimes come in with these big armors with the
How
+3s
much
and
longer
stuff.
would it
but-
take to put an enchantment on?
Well, we got to get to the right people, send it out, coming back. Closest is within the city, although he takes quite a long. It's actually sometimes faster just to send it over to Court, so you get someone over there. Dude, you're talking maybe a week.
But how much is the cost for the varying added layers of protection?
Well, I'd say probably looking about 60 gold for sort of that like first level, and then it gets quite big from there. The second, you're really pushing up into like the 300-400 depending on availability, and then +3s you're maybe going up to like 800 gold. They're wildly expensive things.
Sure,
That's why
like the
most people
first
don't do
level.
them.
You're having the first level.
What?
Well, if you would like
I-
it, yeah.
I don't have enough for the first level, and neither do you.
Talk to Mum.
No, just the
I have lost
Just
you
the base
once.
studded
I
leather,
am not
please.
I
losing
mean,
you again.
If it helps, I can just make the standard
fine.
one, and then you can enchant it later on. It's not. It just has to be done.
That
at the
was
same
the
time.
plan. That's why I picked out a jacket I like.
All right. Well, I mean, for that, I can push it up the bat a little bit. I could get it done by like tomorrow evening if you wanted, or if you're super keen to stick around for a couple hours, I could probably get it
I
done
mean, we can
before
go
you
to the
leave.
coffee shop.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give him the 1 platinum, and I'll give him 6 gold. 1 gold is a tip.
It's very kind of you.
Would we be able to get two things? My leather just needs the addition. It's already armor.
Oh, I mean, I can. Yeah, that I can do for you right now. A little trade. I'll take your leather and I'll give you a studded. I can work on that later, and you just pay the difference, basically. As long as you don't care too much about the design.
You said that was just like a couple of gold.
Yeah, that'll. If you want, just if you're giving me the leather and you want that back, I'll do that for 5.
Okie dokie. You know what? Normally I try and haggle, but for you, Anton, I appreciate your work, and
lower.
you've also given us loads
I
of
won't be able to go
help.
much lower. It's usually about
with-
10.
So, you're my robot buddy. So
Oh, how did that go with the
you know,
last
I'm
night?
not- that's why I'm saying that I'm not going to. Oh, super well. Yeah,
I was
really
watching,
good.
but like I couldn't see.
I
too much
don't know when the
of it,
next
so
one is.
I'm glad. And he wanders off to the back.
And I feel like there's some kind of athletics competition that we have coming up soon, but I
Sunday.
never know when that is either.
He wanders off to the back and he goes onto like a little rack. He's like I've taken yours first, and he's looking at the sizing, and he's like, all right, with this, you have a choice of standard brown. I've actually got quite a nice lightish purple kind of color. It's a bit faded and a bit scuffed.
Yes.
No,
that's good.
Yeah, if you want that one, he comes back and it's just like standard studded leather. Just it's not like super vivid or anything. It's just got like a little bit of a hue to it, some scuff marks and things. None of those scuff marks will affect the usability of it. That's mostly just because it's been in there for a little while. I mean, if you care enough, I can cover them over, but it won't make any difference.
That's all right. It goes with my face.
Oh, don't be mean to yourself. He just trades over. You give him 5 gold, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
He's being given the correct amount of money.
Good.
Oh, how much would you buy Mimic Teeth for?
I'm not the person to be buying that. I mean, Etch might have wanted to, but I don't really know the pricing he'd have gone for. Your next best person to buy something like that, I wouldn't go across to the Mystery Shack. He'll just scam you out of that and sell it for much higher. Don't tell me I said it though. It's a long distance to go, but if you can hold off and wait, if you go over to Courts here, there's a really old shop called the Cauldron. I know the owner there. She's absolutely lovely. Been around for such a long time, and she'd probably take this off you for a decent price.
The Cauldron.
I think that's what it was called. It was a cauldron. I'm pretty sure.
You're telling me I'm sure.
This is Alex. This is where I have to go deep into notes of things that we haven't looked at in a long
rings a bell.
time. It was. Was it in the market? Oh, we're going back. The Cauldron. I knew it. And it was Valerie. That's who it was, although you don't know that, of course. I mean, it's...
Is this the vampire lady?
You don't know, but of course it's still alive, because she's a vampire. Yeah, so he just sort of hands that over to you. Says, "Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, I'll get your bit done. Maybe as fast as I can. Give me a couple hours if you can keep yourself busy. And we'll sort that out."
Sounds good. We'll get some coffee, a sandwich, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to go to the Mystery Shack if anyone wants to come with. Not to sell Mimic Teeth, just to see what they've got.
Yeah, so you hand him the jacket and he gets to work.
Didn't he just say don't go to the Mystery Shack?
Not to sell things.
That was to sell my Mimic Teeth.
Yeah.
Oh. Hasn't it, every time you've gone there, just been astronomical prices that we could never afford?
Yeah.
I've already bought something from there.
You did?
Wasn't it like an exchange as a gift or something?
I don't know when the last time I gave you a list of his inventory, but it wouldn't have changed from then, if that makes any difference.
It will have expired. We won't be able to access it, I don't think.
Sure. Which means I'd have to which means it has changed because I have to regen a new thing. Don't you just love
You don't save them?
inventory? I can try, but they don't.
Yeah, I think you can export them.
Yeah, they export really weirdly. I don't mind, to be fair. The Mystery Shack would switch out their inventory freaking constantly, so I'm not actually that fussed.
Oh, so when you said that the inventory
like,
hasn't changed, you just lied to our faces.
No, I changed my mind, is what I did.
Oh, okay. Just
I don't know the website that you use. I don't know how often it like updates with magical items from the source books and stuff. So I guess we'll see if there's any new stuff.
I'll tell you what then. I will see if it doesn't have like an export. Because previously I never exported. I just put it into a file and then gave you that. So that's fine. That's fine. $90 days, that's how long it sticks around. So what I will do is I will give you this and hold on to it myself. I'll put it in the session. So it has a slider of mine to adjust the prices. and it never like saves that part of it. So I always stick it at minus 50%, so everything is half the price it says on there.
Except for weapons of warning, which are always astronomically.
They're half the price of what
high.
it says on there. It's still astronomical. And I'll put that link here so we can. So, for example, the scroll of control flames is not 20, it's 10. And whilst you do that, I'm going to take off my jumper.
And you say the scroll of control flames because it's like one of the only affordable things that
I was just the
we
one that's the top for me.
hope to get. Oh, really? It's in the middle for me. So I guess you probably sorted by price.
Mm-hmm.
Sorted. Oh no! Delivery man is off the road. Sir, are you okay?
Well, seeing as you're looking at that, I can start making noise because this is all going to be cut out anyway.
Yeah.
Well, in that
I mean,
case-
I figured just this time while everybody's looking at a thing, it's going to be cut out.
If you're going to cut this out, I'm able to say, where the hell is the chat you're talking
It's
about?
a sub
It's not under
friend,
Dougneck Stream, it's under TTR
thread
feature.
of Dougneck
Subthread.
Dreams.
And the top right, where there's like a hashtag with the number 5 next to it.
And a hashtag, where?
If you click on
Under
Dougneck
where?
Stream, and the top
Dougneck
top right,
Stream.
there's a hashtag. It's one of the buttons.
Oh, yeah.
If you do session May 19, it's a subthread.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Thank you.
I'd very much like that ironstone, but we're
Yeah,
not in the
there's a few
realm of
things I
having
wouldn't
thousands
like,
of
but-
gold yet.
Well,
I'd very
I,
much like the dagger of warning.
I have 0 gold. I have no money at all.
It's funny because half of me is like, oh, I should make them affordable, but I've put you in a situation where you shouldn't be able to afford any of this anyway.
Yeah. We're also level 2.
Exactly.
I'm broke!
You know,
Broke, I tell you.
both of those things could be fixed very quickly if you decided.
Joe, I just need to know where's the sweet spot for you? What's the level that you're like,
What,
I could sit here
for-
for a while?
It will vary character to character. I'm going to say, for Crom, how long is a while? Because we were level 1 for quite a while.
I know.
Tap of
isn't that-
water reading, that'd be
Comfortably.
handy.
Well, if it helps, I was
Like,
thinking
comfortably.
soon we're probably going to do like a big time skip because it's going to be a lot of the same. There's no
Oh.
point in doing the day to day unless you guys have a specific thing.
I think we can do that.
Nope.
Is anyone buying anything?
I'm going to say level 5,
Fair enough.
Okay.
Rowan, to answer your question. That would be the first one.
Does that sit for Terrace as well? Because this is my own DM brain.
Well, it's going to vary character by character.
Okay.
So,
It's based on the ability to do stuff.
keeping on topic. keeping on topic.
Sorry.
Mystery Shack, same as usual. Lots of shit on the shelves. You've been in there a couple times. You don't really see the wonderful and flamboyant owner that much. There's always one of a few probably underpaid workers who trying to just let you do your thing as you look around. But is there anything that interests? I guess that's the wrong question. Is there anything that you buy?
Why do we always
No.
come here?
Not this time.
Fair enough.
Why do
Because
we go
Cromwell
to the
always wants to
cold room?
check.
It's always.
I want to see if there's any deals.
I love having a look around shops,
I
even though I
love
can't
around
afford
shops,
stuff.
but
It's
it's
always nice
not
having a little
often I
poke
find a
around.
place I can't afford and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's humbling. It's all right. We're allowed
know,
to be
it's
humbled
just-
too.
Yeah. If anything, that's an
It's
experience
all
you
the
should
stuff
welcome.
that we need, and in my normal day to day, I could have just got it for us. But instead, I have to stand here and go, I can't afford it, which means I can't keep my family and my friends safe.
I don't
see-
need this stuff day to day.
But it's
It's
a good
just like cool stuff to have.
It's a good
Yeah,
lesson.
exactly.
I could use this stuff day to day.
Next time,
That's concerning.
but next time you come across somebody who's never had money, you'll have a little feeling of what it's like for
I
them.
am
So you
starting to
know what I tell
understand.
you, see?
It's just,
It's all good
it's
experience.
still frustrating.
Yeah, you see, it's a good life experience. Of course it is. I mean, some people can't afford food even. So it's a little bit of a little taste. Makes you be a bit more giving and helping. You know, it's all good stuff.
Speaking of food,
Yes.
who wants coffee and a pastry?
Of course.
That would be
Are
lovely.
you buying?
So you hop across, burn a couple hours.
Then yes.
Burn a couple hours with a nice pastry and a little bit of
Coffee.
coffee/teas/frappes or boba
Yes,
or whatever the
boba.
equivalent is in this world.
Yeah.
And you eventually, after a couple hours, head back over to see Anton still working away. And you can see just as you get there with perfect timing, he's just finishing off a few extra details. You knock and he opens up and he hands you this jacket. It looks very nice. It's heavier than when you gave it to him, like significantly heavier because there's a whole like inner lining. It's been beefed up. You can see little bits had to be sort of tweaked and changed just a tad, but he's definitely tried to keep the main form of it. And of course, you got the studs and general protection inside. And he has over. It's like, well, doing best I can to keep it as true to form as it was before. I prioritize keeping it safe because I figure that's probably what's necessary. But
I appreciate it.
I was very tempted to just like add flames on the shoulders, but I wasn't sure if you would go for that.
It's a little too far.
Yeah.
Like some skull patches, stuff like
feels
that. Is
very
it safe to
amazing.
add patches to it?
Well, you could add some patches to it. I mean, they'll probably come off when you fight, but if you wanted to stick some on, that's fine.
Is
Yeah,
that
I mean,
a
it's just like a
magical way of keeping
refresh,
them on?
like new patches every time.
Probably.
I'm asking the wrong person, aren't I?
But I'm definitely not the right person to be
Sorry,
asking, though.
Anton, I forget.
I appreciate it, Anton.
Oh, it's fine. I've never done magic day in my life. Unless you count making these as a bit of magic. No,
it's
not
magic to
it's
us
just
because we can't
hard
do
work
it.
and skill mostly.
There is one thing. I mean, I hesitate to ask really, but when we were putting our robot together, I sort of donated my armor and everything, which I'm okay now because I got some armor from our little adventure, which is brilliant. But I also gave my shield, and I don't have a shield anymore. Just a basic one. But I can't actually afford to buy it at the moment because I used up all my money at another little adventure.
I mean, I know I can give you some good deals,
How
but I
much
can't
would
just
a
be giving
shield
away stuff
cost?
now.
But how much?
The most basic of basic shields. Hang on a second. He goes around to the back and looking through a bunch of things, and he pulls out like this old, tattered, dented. It's not very pretty. You can tell it's, for those who care, totally like 10 years ago kind of style. And he pulls out. I was like, well, I was going to be fixing this up, but I can give it to you for like
Sold.
8 gold. Yeah, it'll work practically. It's just not pretty.
I'm not worried about pretty. It's just
Neither
once or
hand-
twice recently we've been in
Neither
situations
hand's
where
over
we've
8 gold.
handy.
Right. Sure.
Can you make a note, Leo? I will, as soon as I get some money
I
from
do not
somewhere,
want
I
it
will
back,
give it
but
back
if
to you.
that makes you feel better, I will make a note.
Yeah, and I will do the same. But that's very kind. Thank you very much. It's just occasionally recently we've sort of got in situations where it's made me realise how useful it would be.
Yeah. It's just a standard shield. If you want to add it. There's
8.
nothing special. It's increasing your armor class by 2.
It does. I've actually already got it on my inventory, but not equipped. Now I should equip it.
Yeah, it's a little awkward to hold. You can tell like it's a little warped when you hold it. And it's kind of like, yeah, but
That's
you know,
fine. It'll
you know.
be in a pinch.
Exactly. All right. Well, if there's not much else, it's been a very long day for me. I've definitely worked longer than I was supposed to.
That's very, very kind of you. We do appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, no worries at all. No worries. Yeah, I gotta lock up and get everything sorted and stuff. So
should we all look? Are we okay? Maisie seems to have.
Yeah, Maisie
she
actually
left
takes a
already.
talk stone.
Yeah, she's so.
she's trying on the jacket.
Oh, look there, she's outside, just trying it on. Oh, look, that really
Thank
suits
you,
her.
Anton.
Nice piece of work, that. Very nice, well done.
No
if you do
worries.
get to talk to Professor Edge, to Professor Cherry, and just do pass on our
That's why.
regards. That's well, yeah, whatever.
I mean, I will, but I don't know when that'll be. I don't get updates.
No, fair enough, of course.
If
But
you
he
want
might
updates, you'll be best talking to Professor
Dinzin.
Velka.
I know.
No, I know. I'm mocking him. Professor Dinzin, as I said, she might know something. But I got to lock
Thank
up and
you.
stuff, so if you don't mind.
Right, we'll leave you to it. Then have a lovely evening. See you soon.
And you head on out, Maisie with a new jacket for the new strut. Also, of course, Cromwell with a new studded. I presume you're wearing it, or if you just hold on to it.
Yeah, just under my clothes,
Yeah.
under my trench
Yes,
coat and
nice.
stuff.
Nice little addition to your wear. How should you get back to the main bit? I'm presuming, by the way, Rowyn is
Probably.
getting a package, which they would have to sign for.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
A package.
Package received.
I refuse to come
I
in.
don't really want to do the next bit without them because, any conversations you guys
Do we have any plans this weekend, gang? What's going on?
Got the assault course time trial. You know that's on Sunday.
Where's that
I
voice
think
coming
I'm
from?
Franklin.
Jameth in the corner.
Okay. Well, you go find Franklin, and while you're doing that, your teammates
Well,
will
obviously
be doing
I'll
the
be there
assault
for
course
that.
on Sunday. Great. Who knows? Maybe they have like a special stand for people who drink piss.
There's an awkward silence.
This might be a stupid question, Neva, but have you tried like ringing his stone? Have you tried just like giving him a call?
I would have assumed that she would have done that.
I mean, you can say that she has, yes. Probably one of the
No,
first
do you know what?
things.
I've never thought of doing that. Why didn't I think of doing that straight away?
Oh, maybe
Oh yeah, I will do.
Maybe give it a
She'll
try
put out
then.
Talkstone.
and that can be like your effort for the weekend, and then we don't have to talk about him anymore for a few days. You can confidently say, "I tried to find him."
Oh look, he's not answering. I'm going to have to look for him some more.
Yeah, but in like a few
No,
days after we
no.
haven't talked about him for a while.
Do you know how important he is?
Yes. Why do you think I'm so scathing about him? Because he's not worth any of our time. Oh, hey, look, Maisie's back.
It's fine. Maisie just had to go to the toilet.
Oh,
Look, with a lovely glow.
yeah, thanks.
As you're all chilling, so Maisie, you walk out of your room and you go to the toilet, whatever, and there's just like this tense energy between Neva and Cromwell, and you walk in to
Yeah, what else is new?
Cromwell just saying like, well, he's got no value, and you can kind of gather what they're talking about. It's Franklin.
I'm just gonna keep listening. Is Jay in here?
No, Jay is in her room.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'll just like open the door and be like, close it again.
Well, that was rude. I was like, hey, it's Maisie. She's glowing.
Oh,
She just,
well.
she just left. So
you were talking to her like that.
I paid her a compliment.
Talking utter shit to me.
It doesn't sound like it was about you.
No, he's just trying to. Apparently, me ringing not Jackson, Jesus.
Jeez, wrong campaign.
Wow. Oh my god.
How much do you care
Flashback.
about him? Not that much, obviously.
Apparently, me trying to get hold of Franklin on his Talkstone is enough of me looking this weekend.
That's what I'm saying is she doesn't have to feel bad about herself. You know, that is, you've made an effort. Now for like the next few days, you know, minimum
to
bar
find
achieved, and we can just enjoy ourselves. Yeah,
mean-
whatever. Knock yourself out, I guess.
As you're standing awkwardly, there's a knock on the door.
Okay.
I'm already up. I'll get it.
Oh, thank you. I'll sit here.
Maybe that's someone delivering his like personal effects from his untimely demise.
Is that someone returning his effects from his untimely demise when I open the door?
You open the door, and you see a rather handsome gentleman standing there. He has a strong but thin jawline and fair, soft skin with brown eyes and medium, well-kept, flowing hair. His ears are slightly pointy, like an elf, not enough to convince you that he is a full elf, maybe half elf, half human, or some similar combination. His ears are pierced in 3 locations, 1 plug in each lobe, and an extra ring in his left helix. He stands tall, at over 6 foot, and his posture is immaculate, like that of a royal or a delegate, a posture which is only accentuated by the quality of his clothes. He's wearing a leather top of fine quality, bluish in color, with dull gold fixings. He has a fancy pauldron of fine metal on his right shoulder, which matches his braces of similar metal in style, all very expensive. On his back is a fine cloak/cape, and on his lower half are fine work trousers and fancy leather boots. And as he sees you, he shows a warm smile and speaks. You would, of course, recognize this to be Sebastian. He says, Maisie. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Ash? What the hell are you doing here?
Well, supposedly I'm here to see Neva.
Give him a friendly hug. Just
Yeah, it's like a gentle hug, and he definitely hugs tighter than you hug, but it's not one of those like really loving hugs. It's kind of like a brother sister hug, a bit too tight, and definitely smushing your face into his chest. And as he sort of like lets you breathe, he's like, "Well, I was here to see Neva because apparently my help is needed."
She's over there yelling at one of our other roommates.
He steps in, and he sees Neva, and he's just like,
Bash!
"It's lovely to see you." I feel
I
before
thought he'd come back from the dead.
This is
I knew
not
he was alive the whole time.
I think I've been dead.
Cromwell. This is Sebastian. Sebastian.
Introductions,
this
I'm
is
sure, due. Sebastian Blackwood.
Oh, nice to meet you. My name's Calais.
Nice to meet you. And I presume you would be Cromwell.
I feel like I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Well, I'm sure I may have been mentioned by Neva. Possibly.
I've
Yeah.
told you about Bash before.
No. I don't think you've ever come up. Your parents have come up. We were being attacked by miniguns, and the twins said that your parents had like invented the minigun.
Yes, the affectionate name of...
You've never come up, but I'm pleased to
minigun.
make your acquaintance.
Yeah, my parents, or the family business, does have a weaponry section that I am not exactly... I don't exactly agree with some of their practices. My fighting does come down to using guns because that is what I've learned, but we won't get into that right now. It is late, and I do appreciate if you don't want me to be around. I can find
don't be
myself somewhere to
silly.
stay, but
here.
I thought I'd at least come say hi.
No, I'm sure we can find you somewhere to stay. Like a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something.
I would love a cup of tea. That
Me
would
and
be
Maisie
wonderful.
can
Yes.
bunk. You can stop in one of our rooms.
Oh, good.
No, I don't want
Inconvenient.
inconvenience.
I've been meaning to learn how to make. I've been meaning to learn how to make tea. So I where's my bit of paper?
You're my second favorite visitor of these guys' like family and friends so far. You've just been a
Who's the
delight
first
compared to the last one.
favourite?
Who was the last one?
The captain who brought his amazing like ship.
Oh yes, we saw
We
one of the
sailed
famous
through
ships.
the sky.
Who was before me? I feel as though someone's left a bad impression.
Oh,
Wait.
some guy who drank piss.
Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin, of course. He is a misguided individual. I try my best to
He's a douchebag.
He
help
drank
him
piss.
to
Yet you're still
understand
best friends.
the complexities of life.
You are?
You obviously know Franklin as well, then. Is he just a friend, or I'm afraid I don't know how.
We have grown up
Oh, you're-
together, and
He's your best friend.
some could affectionately say we are. Titles are meaningless, and preferences change. Though not enough.
So you don't like him?
I am aware of his effect on some people. I try to clear up some of the chaos that he can roll. Regardless, I do still have a responsibility to help save him from whatever mess he's got himself into.
So he's an old friend, basically, is what you're saying. But yes, I understand.
More like brothers, not genetically.
Rich family.
Yes.
You say that as
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like you're saying you don't like him.
No,
He's
I think I understand. I've got relatives who are sort of a bit, other people take a little while to warm to them. You know what I mean? But if you know them deep down, they're nice people. I know what you're saying.
what I'm saying.
That's not Franklin.
What I'm saying is, I understand him a lot more than most, and I can understand why many people are.
And
put
unfortunately,
off
Cromwell,
by him.
you won't understand, but when you grow up in an area like we do, and we have a lot of politics there, your friendships aren't based on friendship. They are based on politics and what's best for the families.
Oh,
That's
yes,
it.
family politics. I hear, of
And the
course.
selection is pretty limited if you don't sneak out.
Yeah,
in the
not all
middle
of us
the
can have
night.
friends like you.
I feel, of course, you're aware your parents' business is booming
Please
at the
don't
moment.
remind me.
Well, that's a different discussion. I have concerns for their paths.
Oh,
Not that I have any place to say.
you do need to tell at some point.
Well, I'm not a gossip.
I
It's
was
a
about to
complete
say,
lie.
you're the
Of course I'm
biggest
a
gossip I
but
know.
At
Other
some
than your
point.
sister.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Bye,
Cromwell
Joe.
had to go
we
toilet.
lost one.
Oh, and hello, Earth calling Cromwell.
Obviously having issues. Well, I do have information.
What? Okay.
Well, I've been in the city for a day. I teleported.
And you've
through
only
one of
just
the
came to
stations
see
this
us
morning.
now?
Well, I figured I'd get some information first, and I know that you have university things to be attending to, so and I did come by and knock
I'll
earlier,
let you
but you
off.
weren't in, so.
You're not particularly keeping a low profile in the city, are you?
Well, low enough for us not to notice.
I don't feel as though I need to.
Okay.
Joe's computer is melting down. Fair enough. Well, it's not a lot, but I spent the morning giving some charitable donations to some less than savory folk. And I may have a lead, not that I got much. I spoke to some tavern goers in whatever the south of the city is called. They said, after some encouragement, quite a lot of encouragement, they saw him being dragged through an alley by some giant, what did he pull out a little notepad, what did he call them? Loxodon in fancy suits. But he said he was watching them and they seemed to disappear. I don't know what's with the alleys in this place.
Fletcher's people.
Why the
have
hell
no
would
idea
they
who
want
Fletcher is.
Franklin?
I don't know.
There are some people we came across during a little bit of we were trying to help someone out, and one thing or another, we ended up sort of butting heads with the. Oh, hello, it's gone again. Oh,
just ignore him coming and going.
We ended up butting heads with a sort of, I suppose, he's the head of the organised crime and part of the city at least.
It's unlikely you spoke to the head of the organised crime in this city, because that is not Fletcher.
No, just in that area.
Captain or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
She carried some weight with her.
She was senior enough for me, let's put it that way. She could have had us knocked off, no problem.
But say, don't forget, we are just simple uni goers.
But why she would Yeah, so why she'd go for
So simple.
Franklin
Click
had
my
only been in
shoulder.
the city a few days, so why she'd want to have anything to do with him, I don't know.
I find it very suspicious that Cromwell's gone quiet.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
He's just in the. Well, I'm glad that it was helpful information for you. I don't know what you want to do. Like I said, we can break for the day, have some thoughts. We can attempt this evening. I don't know how your days usually
Is it
go.
Thursday?
It is a
Why,
Thursday, yes.
neither would not have been asking bash that at all.
It's all right. This is my
I've
normal
got to
accent
admit,
now.
I am slowly picking it up for Neither. She would.
She would, though, wouldn't she?
Yeah, this is like
these are
where
the
she
people she spends
starts to
time
slip
with.
back into her normal accent. Oh shit, Thursday.
I mean, I was only...
We're not really. We can't really go into that part of the city. They don't like us much.
Last time we were there, with the chap we spoke to, was he called Mouse or something? We basically they cut his head off, and they were going to kill us all. But we managed to get away with it. But I'm not sure.
What time
we'd be
is it?
pushing our luck if we went back, I think.
Well, I mean, SCs after you went to the shops after school. I reckon you're talking like
fine.
9 p.m.
I've already missed debate club anyway, so
Yeah. I will say, obviously, I have my experience with weapons, and I know a lot of you are learning too. I mean, what is this? Me, 2, 4, 5. 5? There's an extra door, so I assume 6 of us here.
Jay.
There's a pause, and then you hear like a thump, and then footsteps as the door opens. Hello, Cromwell. You snap out of being completely bored by the conversation.
Guys, talk
I
about
had
something
Cromwell
more
go to the
interesting,
toilet.
please.
Just before you do.
There we go.
I just want to make sure that.
Sure.
So now Cromwell comes back, just in case it wasn't recorded.
What did I say? Oh, talk about something more
what
interesting,
would have picked up
please.
is that he was saying, Bash was saying that he spoke to a little bit of the underworld, and he saw Franklin being dragged away by some giant Loxodon in fancy suits, and everyone has obviously assumed that Fletcher is involved. And then he was saying, "Do you want to do it and try and save him?" And everyone said, "I'm not sure we can." And then Maisie was just calling Jay to come outside, who opens at the door and is like, "What in the fuck?
This
Is
one's
this not
not.
jockey?"
I like that word.
Yeah. Bash.
And
You interested in bashing some heads, by the way?
I mean,
Not this
I'm
head.
always
We
down for
like
that
this one.
if we need to.
Yeah. So yeah, 6.
6 for
What?
You know what?
Well, if we're going,
I don't think I've just decided I don't actually give a shit.
Okay.
You seem charming.
She goes on you.
She is very charming.
I mean,
she's
Like a
Again,
chima.
we don't want to make presumptions if Cromwell is
No,
joining us
Cromwell's
for this.
coming.
You seem less interested.
I'm sorry. What am I joining you for?
Saving
What has
Franklin.
been decided? Oh, I thought we'd already agreed that he was a goner. He's that guy's fucking dead.
Well, I have information for where he might be, and at the very least, I can recover his body. His
He's
family
not
deserves
dead.
to see. Well, hopefully not
And
to see anything bad.
How did you get this information? You don't. No disrespect intended on this, because you certainly seem nice.
I don't seem like the kind of person that would fit in. Money talks a lot, and it is a despicable way of getting information and dealing with this world, but the world that we live in, money talks.
Have you not just majorly marked yourself as a target though?
Hope not.
Probably, but then I know that I have more protection than most.
Who was a better fighter, you or Pissman?
I don't know who Pissman is.
He drank piss in front of us.
Franklin. Strange, but believable. Well, I mean, if I'm honest, Franklin was the better. Well, he was the better shooter. When it comes to practical fighting, we don't get a lot of practice. Not many people do, and it's strange if you do. But I would say he's more competent of a gunman. That being said, he was at it alone, and we would have more of us.
Look, Cromwell, I know you believe he is dead. However, I do not, and I will not accept that he is. So please come with us.
I also want to point
Yeah,
out
but you guys,
there's no pressure for Cromwell to come with us. This is obviously going to be dangerous, and I wouldn't blame anybody for not wanting to come.
you're thinking that he was taken by the
Dragonborn
what's her
lady
face?
who had the Loxodon henchman that nearly killed us.
The name they said
Yeah.
was Fletcher.
That doesn't ring a bell. But didn't she say, like, hey, if you
Yep.
poke your nose in my business again, I'll fucking murder all of you.
Yes, she
You
did.
don't stand a chance.
I believe
That was
you.
only like a couple of months ago. I don't feel like
Oh,
we've
well,
progressed to the
please.
point
I
where...
need to find him.
I'm only going because even if I don't go, she's still going to go and probably die a lot faster if I don't. So
We could, of
Hey,
course,
can I...
find a way to disguise ourselves.
Yeah, well, I think we tried that the first time too. It didn't really work.
I mean,
well, all we did was buy ruddy cloaks.
if you give me...
All we did
Yeah.
for the podcast, all we did was buy ruddy cloaks. There we go. I said it right.
I'll keep it broken.
Could I have a word with you in private, Seb? If that's okay.
Q.
You're
I'm
Seb.
Bash.
You said your name was
No,
Sebastian.
he's Bash.
If anything. I mean, you're
Seb.
welcome to call me Seb if you wish. I'm unlikely to
There you
respond to
go.
it.
He likes it.
I am
Seb.
unlikely to respond
I
to it.
apologise, Bash.
Okay.
Cromwell.
What for?
Don't let him convince you of anything.
Why are you apologizing to Cromwell? I think he's
Really?
No.
I like you.
Oh.
You have made such a good impression. I really like
do
you,
need
Bash.
to, work on your skills of detecting charmingness.
Neither.
No, I think,
You know the sort of people I usually spend my day with. They're all deceitful and absolutely disgusting. Someone who actually speaks the truth is rather a
See?
refreshing voice.
This guy could. You two could learn a thing or two from Bash. You two wouldn't survive a day being poor. He's got what it takes.
I'm not
The
looking-
only thing he's done differently than us is
And
agree
he's
with
not had to
you.
put up with your shit for several months.
Yeah.
You wanted a word.
Yes. Please step into my.
I've got
It's not an
multiple
office.
words
It's just where I
alcohol,
sleep.
wanker. Do
Uh,
you want me to carry on?
Are these things we're
No,
learning in school?
These are just what I call him.
Fair enough.
you see what I have to put up with
Let's step through.
in my own home.
Bash just kind of like moves towards. He starts moving and then looks at the 5 doors and he just realized he had no idea which one's yours.
It's that one.
Ah,
It's that one over there.
goes over to it. Walks inside. Do I smell rotting meat?
Maybe. I keep freezing the remains of this pie in the block of ice. I should get rid of it, but it's been there since like our first night here.
In months.
There's at least 3 types of mold growing around. Please don't tell me you're eating that.
Yeah, well, I don't eat from it anymore.
See, even Neil's affected by it, and she's in the other room.
It's been like a week since I've had some of that. I can make it taste really nice, so
But that's
Yeah.
not good.
you do what you have to do to
If you're
survive.
concerned about, I can buy you a pie.
Well, and I've closed the door. This is what I'd like to talk to you about. You're here on kind of a rescue mission for Franklin.
Yes.
Would you? So you're asking us to come with you. I assume you have a budget for your expedition here. Is that right? You just said about buying or sorting out disguises and stuff.
Yes.
Could we arrange perhaps some compensation for what is almost certainly, and this is not just me making stuff up. They have told you, I presume, and from what you heard in the corridor, almost certainly risking our lives and potential livelihood in the city.
I have a few comments. Firstly, I appreciate trying to take advantage of a situation, though I think it is rather unsavory to be asking for money to save a friend. Whether you are friends or not, I guess, is a different question. I have put no pressure for you to come along. If you feel this is too dangerous, then please stay at home.
I'm considering it because I would like to be your friend. You're cool, man. He wasn't.
I will put this as respectfully as I can. If you're going to try and extort for saving Franklin, I will not bite. I may have money, but that doesn't mean I don't know how to use it. 5 of us will be enough, and if it's not, I'm sure I can get someone else. I would hope that you
I wouldn't say I was
friends.
I'm not extorting you. I haven't said that I'm not going to do it yet. I was just asking if there's anything in it for us other than, you're clearly, your thing about business. The cost benefit here is that's a phrase, right? I've never run a business. Cost benefit.
You would be correct about knowing business, and quite currently, I don't know your skill set nor if you're worth any money. You would be coming through wanting.
Okay.
To save him. If I were to need to find somebody with skill, there would be more in the city.
So if I could demonstrate some value, that would
I'm not sure
that would aid in some compensation. Magic stuff.
Showing me magic is not the same as being competent in battle.
I'll just crack the door open and be like, Maisie, you still there? Anyone still out in the corridor?
Well, I'm still in the common room, if that's what you meant.
Well, Maisie's muted, so you're not going to be able to hear her anyway.
No, I'm not out here. No.
Okay. How many people have I killed, roughly, since we met a few months ago?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like 28 or something, right? There was that
Certainly
whole
not.
house full of there was like a whole house full of people in the broccoli house.
If I recall, that was one guy who multiplied himself.
I think that counts.
I don't think it does.
There was all those monsters we killed. I'm not
Exactly.
Yeah, we. Yeah. I'm not taking sole credit here. I'm not overselling myself.
What are we doing here?
Sebastian
Are
is
we
just gonna,
is this your resume?
Sebastian's going to walk out the room.
Yeah, kind of.
Back into the main hall. Obviously, his face has gone from kind smile to just sort of like dealing with
Cromwell, yeah.
Cromwell.
no, dealing with everyone. Like when someone looks like they're dealing with children, which will be something you're used to him kind of having this slight air of better than thou sometimes. But he walks out and he's like, listen, I don't want to go around in circles. I will, probably tonight, unless you give me a reason not to, go out and find Franklin. I have enough leads, you've given me a name, and probably a direction. If you wish to follow me, I will of course appreciate your help. If you do not wish to come, looking at Cromwell, I'll feel as though you need compensation, that it is probably worth you don't come. It is up to you. If I need to go along and...
we might die.
If I need to...
For a guy I don't like.
I need to find myself some people who will put their lives at risk for money, I will. Again, I have no intention of putting you into danger that you do not wish to be in.
I'm for myself, I'm more than happy to help as best I can. I think we owe it to Franklin. I mean, yes, I know he can be a bit abrasive sometimes, but I think his heart was in the right place.
Maisie walks into her room and grabs her jacket and her glove or her gauntlet.
I'm obviously going with you. However, it's currently 9 o'clock on a Thursday night. And as much as saving Franklin or finding Franklin is important to me, we will have you in the morning. I believe it will be better to do this tomorrow night.
And then we're going to run an assault course at the weekend if you want to come spectate that.
Recover and deal with this.
I will leave no judgment if you do not join me this evening. But it has already been a week. I am aware of that. There is a high chance, as we have gathered,
Bash,
that he is already dead.
I've been doing this since he left.
I'm not judging you, nor am I trying to say that you haven't done enough. All I'm saying is I'm here, and I'm
And
going
I'm
to go
just
find him.
saying, it can wait till tomorrow.
I don't want Bash to die either, so I'm going.
I'm not waiting.
Fine, we're not sending you alone.
Neva, I mean, No, I think Neva, I mean, I think he has a point. I mean, universities, we're going to miss 1 day's worth of lessons. It'll be fine if necessary, but hopefully we'll be back tomorrow anyway. So, I think we owe it to Franklin to try and find him, I think.
So you're all going.
Of course.
And back to compensation and reasonability. One thing then I will bring a promise to you is if you do die under my charge, I will take the cost of the resurrection.
Well, hopefully that will
Okay.
come up. Fingers
That's
crossed.
That's a great start. Love that.
Cromwell,
I would
why
also like
everything
scavenging
about
rights.
money and scavenging right? Can't we just do
You
something?
can have them.
Maisie leaves the room again. She goes to write a note.
Okay, I've got one from you. You two don't need the money. Cal, do you want any of the scavengings?
I am completely flat broke at the moment, so I wouldn't mind a little bit of. But that's not what it's about. It's about saving Franklin, isn't it?
Think
Okay,
if
so
he
you're not
wants
interested
to
in the
do
money?
it to save Franklin.
So I get to keep. I get to keep
Yes,
whatever we
okay,
find.
whatever. Are you coming or not?
Okay, is everyone in
Cromwell,
agreement? I
you
want
are
to hear everybody
taking the
say it
goddamn
before we go.
Can we please just get on with this? You have been an absolute burden to me throughout all of this.
Maisie
me.
leaves a note in her room that says, you fold it, and on the front part of it, it says, went to stop some of my stupid friends from dying, and then I fold it, and then on the outside I put to Valka. Because I have her classes tomorrow, and if anybody's going to be concerned, it'd be Valka.
Okay, so
Yes, Cromwell,
everyone agrees.
whatever.
I just want to hear it, and then we'll go. You've already said it. I need to hear the others say it.
Jameis that had left previously comes back out holding a sledgehammer with his look in her eyes. She comes out and is like, the vibe of this room has
James,
changed.
just say yes, please.
Yes, I want scavenging rights.
Cromwell,
Thank you.
I'm not going into
Maisie,
this
will you say
talking
yes,
about
please?
money, okay? We're going in.
You can have all the gold.
Nah, we might find better than gold.
Please, I can't do this much longer.
You can have the gold.
I want everything.
I'm not keen on this, I have to say, because I've been around people like this in the monastery, and the problem is if
Oh, he left.
He just fucking left.
That
didn't
was
want
the
to hear
time
that.
for Neve to just walk out. She's done with this shit. She's just going.
It said I was inactive. I was very clearly having a conversation.
That keeps
Out of your
happening to you.
shit.
Hold on. I'm going to disable the AFK channel.
That's sure. Fine.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, I've been around people like this, in the monastery. We go out into town and we'd be around people who struggle for money, and money becomes, almost their reason for being. And the problem is, they'll end up, if they see an opportunity, my worry for you, Cromwell, is you'll see something, you'll think, oh, that's a valuable item, and instead of doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is trying to save Franklin, you'll focus on trying to get that valuable item because you think you'll get the money from it. That's not a good place to be.
That's very reasonable, Cal. Okay, so I will stipulate to scavenging rights. However, scavenging is not an expedition. So if there's something that I think is, or that you guys reasonably think is going to put us in danger, like if there's like a statue that looks like it might be trapped or alarmed or something, or like paintings and stuff. I'm not going for that. I'm talking about like what's in pockets, what's easily grabbable without putting anyone at extra risk. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about when I say scavenging.
You can have the gold.
Anything of monetary significance. Because if we find gems, I would rather have those.
Neve has already left. She's already gone to
I don't
the
care.
main corridor.
Yeah, you don't have to come.
Bash
You're
is
being
going
very
to-
suspicious, Maisie.
Bash is going to give Maisie a look of just like, I'm done, and just walk out the front door.
That's fair.
Kel will follow you.
What's Jay doing?
Come on, Franklin.
Jay's looking at Maisie.
I thought Jay was staying here.
Jay's going. She can.
Now she's got a hammer.
I just don't. Well, I'm gonna start walking after them, and as I'm approach Jay, I'll just be like, I just don't like saying yes to him.
Jay's just kind of like, and then just follows you out. Cromwell, you kind of left.
As you've left, you're here in your head, as I've made a mental link with you. You sure? You sure?
Who's
Come
that
on,
to?
Cromwell, let's go.
That's
Maisie.
to Maisie. Okay, well, this is going to last for another few minutes, so I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. I know a song that'll get on your nerves, and this is how it goes. Yep.
Hey, Alex, is there
I
any
know
kind
a
of mental
song
feedback
that'll
I
get on your
can
nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves.
Roll me
I know a song
a
that'll
wisdom
get on
saving
your
throw.
nerves, and this is how it goes.
natural 20
Okay.
for a 22?
You hear Cromwell, as you're saying this, you hear, if you get a microphone and put it up to a speaker and it like feedback loops and you get that horrible high-pitched sort of screeching as you're talking, that starts to pick up, and if you keep going, it just horrifically loud in your brain.
Well, as soon as you wanted the connection to end, it probably would have ended, because
but
you can just end it whenever you
Well, she
want.
didn't say she
Oh,
wanted the
can I?
connection to end. Or should they
No,
didn't
yeah.
want the connection to end. So they wanted feedback.
I'll say, Maisie's got a defective brain. Okay.
So, you walk through the streets over towards the south of the city. Now, did you want to try and disguise first?
I don't know.
was just gonna
Cromwell,
say,
aren't we?
Cromwell would have caught up, been like, right, gold's mine, and we'll talk about anything else.
I can agree to that.
Honestly, Cromwell, no one gives a shit.
Maisie clearly does, but
Yeah.
that's okay, and I do. It's okay that you don't.
Cromwell,
If we're going to work together, we should work together.
one of these days, Cromwell, we'll have to have
No.
a little chat about why you're so hung up on money, okay? Because maybe we can help.
I would love for you to help. That's kind of what I was asking for, but that's fine. We'll have that chat one day.
As you're walking down, like it's a fairly long walk, like an hour's worth to get down to the south. You get into the less than savory part of town, and everybody give me a perception roll.
What, dice?
Oh, baby, a natural 19 plus 2 for a 21?
That is a... What is that? I can't even read it. It's 10, okay. That'll be 13. Unless you're talking about passive perception.
Nope.
In which case,
Roll
still
perception.
13. My point's exactly the same.
Anyone else?
Ah! 19, and we are
Mine
not.
was rubbish, don't bother.
Tell me the number.
You got a 19. We are not
Oh, I called them twins earlier.
Thomas.
Twins.
She just didn't
Okay,
erase
so
it.
21,
I guess, or maybe she's keeping it there because you say it so much.
21, 19,
Yeah.
Oh, it's just always, yeah.
13.
21, 19, 13, and what did you roll?
Oh, like a 4 for like 5. So I said not to bother.
The two sisters notice as you're walking down, Bash just like slips away down an alleyway, like very swiftly, almost disappears as the rest of you kind of continue on.
Where did he just go?
I don't know.
I don't like him going off by himself.
Let's follow?
Okay.
So as those two walk off, Jameeth, Cromwell, and Carle, you see the other two just turn around and sort of go back towards an alleyway.
Well, I would turn around and follow them because I can't see Bash. And I'm assuming I must have missed something, so I just keep following them.
James just like, I guess we're going that way now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a mental link with Cal. I'd be like, oh, just in case we get separated.
idea.
In your mind.
You walk down the alleyway,
There's always hope.
and the girls you see this first as you get round, you see the back of Bash talking to some person dressed in not rags, not riches, just like fairly standard a little bit dirty clothing, and he's obviously just been handed something. Bash turns around, sees you guys, and the person he was talking to goes through a door into like the back of a building, and he's just like, "Oh, I got some things."
Okay.
You kind of told
Good
us.
stuff. Is that going to help us?
Neva, these are the kinds of people that don't like a lot of people crowding. Carly, I hope so. And he'll...
We wouldn't have crowded if you had told us that you needed to slip off. That's all I'm saying. A bit of communication is great right now.
I appreciate
Smooth
and
moves,
I do
though.
know where you're coming from. I merely say that if in any way it had been not just me, nothing would have been transacted.
Why didn't you just tell
We
us?
would have left you to do it. I'm just saying you need to let us know if you're slipping off.
He sort of walks past through the alleyway as you kind of follow and gets out to the main bit, and he it's a little like chest that he's got, very simple wooden chest, and he opens it up, and there's 6 test tube style vials of like a ever so slightly glowing mustard yellow liquid. He's like, "This will be good for 12 hours. It'll make us look like something else."
Oh, that's
Okay.
not fun.
Is there a way to stop it from lasting 12 hours?
No.
I'll uncork it and down it.
First answer, no. Secondly, I also don't know what it'll make us look like.
About to find out.
you down it.
What time is it currently?
Probably now about 10 p.m.
That's probably. Oh yeah, that's fine.
So, Maisie, you down it, and you feel a very strange. Hang on. You feel a very strange sort of like bubbling inside you, kind of like pop rocks but in your tummy, and it's like a little
It's
tickly,
Polyjuice
a
potion, huh?
little odd, and then everyone else, you see her start to like change and stretch and deform and things like that. You end up
Polyjuice.
looking like, let's randomize this.
Puberty finally hit her.
In fact, actually,
Fuck
you
you.
start to get smaller.
Well,
You start to grow down, but your arms get all thin and a little bit long. Your fingers start getting sort of weirdly knobbly and long with ever so slightly pointy nails. Your skin starts to go green as your nose extends and your ears stick outwards as you crumple down with your clothes into a lovely little green goblin.
You can call me Carrick. I'm a professional investigator.
That's very good. That is. I'm going to try mine. Hang on.
I'm going to write this down so I remember. Easy.
It occurs to me that my class tomorrow is from 9 till 10. So
Yes, that's going to be
That's why I was checking Neva's
Carly.
class schedule.
Maybe you should skip that one.
Carly,
Depends what I look like.
your general size stays mostly the same. You shrink down a little bit, but only a few inches, so you're about 5'10". And you start to grow hair. Very weird feeling as hair starts coming down and down and down until it reaches your shoulders and a little bit longer. This lovely, long, luscious brown hair. Your ears start to point out, elfin, and your skin goes from blue to a very fair and pale sort of pinkish white, very standard humanoid skin. And as you look down, you have a very effeminate form. And everyone else, you see a female elf, very pretty, sort of a delicate chin, small nose, brown eyes, brown hair, standing there.
How's your voice work, Cal?
I don't know how's my voice work.
So when you talk, you have a changed voice box. The physics of your whole situation has changed. So as you start to reply, it's a very sort of more high. You don't have to do it. More high pitched, effeminate voice.
Why not?
So-
I don't know. How do I sound?
Not so bad.
Oh, I see. Hey, this is really good. I've never had it
I
before.
killed Bernie. I killed Bernie.
You really did.
I'm gonna give mine a sniff to make sure that it's not piss and that this hasn't all been some kind of elaborate revenge prank.
No.
And upon finding that it isn't piss,
Smells a little
I
bit like
too
shit.
will have my potion.
Sure. You do not change size. Your skin starts to go a little more lifelike, less sort of pale, a bit more filled, kind of like my skin tone, so a little dark, but not like fully brown. And your form, like I said, stays the same height as a halfling. Your hair grows out a little bit. You feel it underneath, and you do as well change to a more effeminate form, a little bit more muscular, kind of like a lean body. And strangely, you get some like visible, well, you probably wouldn't see them, but you might see, but like some visible sort of like circular tattoos appearing down your arms and up your neck.
Hey.
What kind of creature do you think?
A halfling.
I can't believe this potion has revealed my true form to all of you.
That's really weird, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think it quite suits you, lady.
Jameith, down it goes. So Jameith, as you might know, has very dark brown skin, sort of dreadlock style hair. Her skin starts to like almost wrinkle and go a horrid greeny grey. She starts getting bigger and more muscular. Her ears sort of move around and point upwards as her hair sort of disappears into her head. Her eyes go this sort of weird red color as tattoos and markings appear down her face, some scars and things, as she turns into a hobgoblin. She's like,
Oh, fuck.
I like this one.
That's cool as hell, dude.
Well, that's quite scary, isn't it?
I think your potion might have been defective. I'm honestly not sure if you look any different.
Fuck you.
Then.
Have you ever considered glasses, Franklin?
There's only two more.
Franklin's not here.
That's true.
That's why we're
I
here.
keep calling you Franklin. Cromwell.
No, I can't afford glasses.
Does neither. Yeah, she does. You take a drink. Ooh, interesting. Your skin, you start to grow a little taller, and your skin starts to go like a turquoisey blue color, very similar to Carly's normal skin tone. You get this sort of weird, rubbery, partially scaly texture, which Carly doesn't usually have, and your hair falls out, revealing some like fins up on your head and some gills down your neck. Your face kind of flattens out, your nose comes down, your eyes are a little wider. You're a Triton.
Full Triton.
A tall male Triton, I will add.
It's like Mum, only not.
What about Bash?
No.
Yeah, just let me know.
Female. Male.
And finally, Bash takes a sip, and his form, he shortens down a little bit. His hair grows out a little bit, goes up into a little sort of like high pony, because all the clothes sort of like form with it. His skin starts to go a light sort of fair green as his ears point even more than they currently are. But his general form doesn't change too much, except for it turning more effeminate. Possibly a little taller. He appears to be a half-orc. Female half-orc.
Oh, I like your improvement, Ash.
Ooh,
Yeah.
rough, dude.
Well, it appears to have worked, so...
Well, I think it quite suits you. Yes, this is quite fun, isn't it? Hey, what do you do with this stuff on top of your head? I know you're supposed to comb it or something.
You can, or you could, I don't know, like, shave it off. If you really want
If you
to.
think real hard, maybe it'll burst into flames, because that's what Maisie spends half her time doing.
Yeah.
Well, sure,
Hold
I
on.
would
Let me
like
see if that works in this form.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Guys, I don't believe we should be going by our names tonight.
Very fair point.
Yes, that is a very... I mean, to be...
15.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing happens. Yeah.
One of the hairs goes, yep.
Bash is just... Well, if we find ourselves in one of those predicaments, if we change our names, it's likely we won't react to them. But if we do not, it is, of course, likely that we will be... well, you will be known. I think our best
Like I
choice...
said, I'm Garrett.
I think our best choice is to avoid names that are entirely as much as we can. If we need communication, we can try poking, saying, "Hey, you," or anything along those lines.
What about first letters?
Why don't
Oh,
we
I'm
all?
getting an
Why don't we
accent
all?
now.
have-
What the hell?
Why don't we all pick the same agender name? Like we could all be Alex or Charlie.
But if we're all the same name, how's that going to help?
Well, that would be why we're a group. It's like a thematic thing.
I know Joe did it.
I don't see how that
Are you so you're saying we should
Where
be
are we
a group of
going again?
Charlies?
Well, I assumed that you seemed to know the direction I was just going to hear.
Oh yeah, Fletcher. All right, follow me.
If you need to call me a name, call me Finley.
Okay.
Hindley, okay.
You can call me Dennis.
Dennis.
Maisie's walked off on her own.
You're
Can
being
I help me,
followed.
Danlin?
You
So we've
walked
got
off with this
Finley,
little goblin.
Dennis, Carrick.
I do not make as much ground as I think I'm making.
No, behind you see just this giant hobgoblin of Jameth just like holding a big sledgehammer.
Call me Flint.
Are you sure you want to go with Flint?
Okay,
That might give you away a little bit more than you maybe thought.
perhaps it. I don't know. Okay, how about call me Tintala.
Tin.
Tintala.
Is that one name or is that first name and surname?
One name? Tintale. Tintala.
Tintala. Okay.
Because in 1980 something, when I used to have Flint, the original Flint, I also had his wife, who's a half elf called Tintala.
That's cool.
You
I
walk
like that.
through the streets towards, I assume, towards the Lock and Key.
Yeah. As I'm walking with Jay, I'm just gonna look up at her and be like, "Hey, would it be weird to ask you to like carry me? It's kind of legs are very short."
He looks down and is like, well, I don't think my muscles have changed. I don't know.
Yeah, you're strong as hell.
Just like grabs you with one big meaty hand by like the back
What?
of the collar and just like lifts you up. It's like, I think I can.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
He just keeps walking.
Couldn't even make it a half hour.
So,
Can you imagine yourself losing half your height suddenly and trying to
No.
keep up with normal
Joe's not got a lot
height
to lose.
people? Damn.
She's happy she's not the other end of a short joke right now. So,
I have
I
a
don't have much
feeling.
to lose either, honestly. I'm like an inch or two taller than Joe.
I was gonna say I have a feeling Joe is
yeah, he's
taller than
not
me.
that much shorter.
I don't remember.
We're
Yeah.
all around the same height.
We know we're all about that. We're not exactly going to be bumping our heads on any door frames anytime soon.
So yeah,
Fine.
Alex.
Oh, I do that
If we
all the
all turn our
time,
attention
totally.
to Tailspire as I do that.
Oh.
Now, obviously, you'll be able to see through the windows. You can see in the main bit of it.
Notice to myself in the audio. This is when we switch to the map. Thank you. Goodbye.
I don't look anything like a female elf.
So you approach the front of the Lock and Key, which, as I've said before, is like every other house in the area. 2 stories and has who's eating using a bowl. Has 2 stories and has mostly wooden front with parts of stone for support. You can see from the outside that the inside, as you've seen before, is a very simple shop, shelving, display stands, very orderly. Although at the moment, of course, it is very dark and hard to make any detail, apart from a single lamplight at the back, and possibly a figure moving around. Now, obviously, on Tailspire, I've given more light. This would be like pitch black apart from the lights, basically. Obviously, you've got your dark vision and things, so you can see in a little bit, but just I didn't figure you want to have the inability to see anything on Tailspire.
Is anybody?
I do not have dark vision.
Okay, if anybody who needs dark vision,
You're gonna
Yes.
do it anyway, so you may as well.
so I'll do it. How many people do I get?
Well,
Only-
Bash
I think
doesn't
only-
have dark vision, neither does Jameth.
so I can do 3 people. So.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about me. I'll use my goggles or my glasses.
But then
Eva, I mean, whatever you are, do you need dark vision? Oh, so small person and you two. Okay, so you now have dark vision.
I've got eyes as big as my rack.
So you can now see up
What
to
the fuck?
up to a range of 300 feet.
So, what do? You're standing in front.
How does that last for?
Well, yeah, we're all going to stand in a line like this, really obviously, just wait for someone to come along so that we look cool.
We superhero walked up to the door.
Yeah. The street, there's like no movement. It looks very clean on Tasmar. It is very sort of like broken and dirty as you've been around here before, but it's yeah.
Before we go in, Dennis, you maybe want to tell us the plan first.
Well, I have to be honest, there's not a lot of plan from here. We go in, we ask questions. If they refuse to answer, then we fight our way down.
Great.
It's a simple plan. I quite like it, really. Okay.
Happy for suggestion.
I'm going
to try the door handle.
You try the door handle and it rattles, obviously locked. And you see through the little sort of window in the door the figure at the back.
No, I don't. I'm goblin height.
I can.
So you, as a group, see in the back the person looks up. Doesn't say anything, but like their silhouette obviously looks up.
Can I try and sneak up to the door and pick him?
Give me a stealth and give them advantage because they're already looking.
Mace's there pulling out her thieves' tools as you're like going.
Let me do it for one. 18.
18 for the stealth.
Ooh.
Okay. You see whoever's at the door, at the other end of the shop, sort of looking, and then they just go back down to what they're doing. Doesn't seem they've clocked onto anybody.
Can I kind of like push Maisie out the way?
That's up to you guys.
I punch her shoulder and whispered, hold on, I forgot what I was going to say.
That's a weird thing to whisper.
Yeah. It's completely gone. I just punch her shoulder and move to the side, I guess.
Okay.
If someone can make it so I can see them, then I can contact them telepathically.
I think you've been given dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
You have.
It's the height thing.
I thought it was a thing that sure people couldn't see from what Rowyn said.
From the door, you can look through the window.
Judging by the height of the door, there's absolutely no way.
I will make contact with them telepathically and go, "Hiya, can we come in, please? We've got money to spend."
You see the person at the back sort of jump a little bit and be like, looking out. Hear the clumping of boots as they are obviously walking across. Thump, thump, thump. They open up.
Proving my worth already.
Clump, 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 and come to the door. You don't hear any unlocking sound. You just hear them come to the door. Come closer. And they peer through and they're like, we're closed.
This is your show, Dennis.
But, I mean, he's not at the door. He's currently looking at Maisie and Neva standing at the door.
We were just like,
We've got
they
money
open it?
No, they haven't opened it yet.
Oh, cool.
We're closed. It's fucking late. You come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't come back tomorrow.
Well, then come back on next day.
It's like 10 p.m.
Yeah? And?
No. That's a shame.
All right, good night.
We were told this was the place to come.
Why are you closed? We want to shop!
We're closed because it's later than our opening hours.
What time do you close?
Like 8 o'clock, like normal people.
What
No.
the fuck?
In fact, that's later than a lot of people around here. We're open from like just 8 in the morning. I'm not sticking around that long. Or like serving people.
Well,
that
he
long.
had it.
You work a 12-hour shift? That sucks.
I'm sorry, I'm confused about what you want here. I've told you we're closed. Is it? I'm not gonna have a social.
We're here to see Fletcher.
You can see like the posture goes from like a sort of exhausted slump to standing up straight, and it's like, regarding what?
We have some info for him.
Interesting. Give me a persuasion. Give me a deception with disadvantage because you said him.
Oh.
I would have obviously meant her. I don't think I've ever met this Fletcher.
So true.
Purdy was in fact not there.
I know. But like,
Yeah.
that just as neither wouldn't have remembered. Remember? Crunch, crunch, crunch.
8.
8. There's a pause. She's like, okay. Step in. You hear a clunk from the door being unlocked.
As she's opening the door, can I pull my pin out and put it on?
Sure. Yeah. That's simple. She just like walks back, goes back behind the counter, and then just goes back to her little books in the corner. You walk in, it's very dark. You can see because of all your different bits, your different like versions of dark vision and such. But you can see that as usual, the shelves are very bare. There's not a lot on them, just as the last time you were in here. But as far as you can tell, not a lot going on. Just one person in a big empty shop. As you all step inside, and Bash is going to kind of like take you over there. Jameth following close to you guys.
Yeah.
She looks over to Neva, who said, "You have information." She's like, "Oh, I've grabbed the wrong person." She's like, "Okay, what information?"
Is this the person we would recognize as the daughter?
Yes.
It's about the kid that they took the other week.
Uh-huh. Cromwell, have you stepped inside?
Yes, but I'm staying back.
Sure. Just as you step in, the door closes behind you with an audible click. Just like, okay.
That wasn't me.
And that information will be
Can I make an insight check?
100%. Of course you can.
I would like to see if she is on edge and setting up a trap as she's
Sure.
back there.
Oh, she's definitely pushed like a panic button or something.
That was a natural 18 for a 24.
Yeah, you can tell like her entire body, especially with your pin right now, her entire body is just like tense. Her heartbeat is raising. She is like preparing herself for something, whether it be a fight or flight, you don't know, but like she ain't just in a calm situation. Just for the sake of distraction, Joe, can you mute yourself if you're going to click so much? I know it's not your fault. I know it's not your fault at all. It's just clicking in the background.
Clicky, clicky, clicky. I'm going to just kind of walk by as they're talking and just like, I guess not on the shoulder, but like touch Neva's person like on the hip as just like a to attention kind of thing. Whether she gets that from that, I don't know.
I'm also going to reestablish my link with Cal.
Sure. Give me a performance, and you're going to do that against the passive perception of Neva. Who's this?
Can it be at advantage since we're sisters?
Why are you trying to open this?
Good. Just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Asking
you
for
don't get
special bonuses because of their twin bond.
Yeah, you get advantage
Wow.
if you accept your twins. No, I'm kidding. No advantage.
Performance, you say?
Yeah.
13.
What's the passive perception of Neva?
Passive insight, you said, isn't it?
Perception. 11. And you got a 13. Yeah, that's good enough. Neva, you feel this sort of like press as she walks past, maybe catch her eye, and she gives you like this "we're not safe" kind of a look. And the lady behind
Just
you, like,
gonna-
so what's the information?
So apparently, this kid comes from a very wealthy family. He's probably we've been told he's probably worth something.
You've been told by who?
Well, I don't think we can tell you that. You sure you understand?
Yeah, convenient.
Some guy was asking questions about him earlier today, but he wouldn't give us his name, and he was wearing like a hood, so we didn't really see his face.
Posh clothes, though. A lot of money there, if you ask me.
She starts slowly walking this way, like towards the door. It's like it was a very slow walk, literally like 5 foot per round or whatever. And she's looking, like obviously analyzing each of you.
So we said we'd try and find out a bit more, and I reckon we can get some money out of this if we play it right.
And you
If
just
we can,
believe someone that there's a kid been taken.
word on the street is you might know where he's gone.
Well, who's gone? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a shame. Plenty of money in there for all of us, I reckon.
I mean, you come in here with falsehoods of money with no proof. No reason for me to believe you. Takes another step towards the door.
Can I take out my dagger stealthily without being noticed?
Give me I'll leave you sleight of hand on that.
Okay. 16.
Can I take out?
Okay. Can you take out?
A couple of platinum out of my pocket and be like, well, this is what we've been paid for some information.
Impressive. Flashy. I still don't know any of this is true.
Hey.
You catch, when you pull out the dagger, you see her look at you from like the sound of it, like something unsheathing. And you see her like almost sort of twitch.
Where are you walking to?
I'm allowed to walk. My shop.
Mm.
I'm sure you understand that we are, how should I put it? We're we're here to hopefully make some money for all of us, but we're not exactly able to trust you any more than you can trust us.
You came in
I would
here.
like to prepare an action.
Sure. What action?
I would like to crap my pants. No, just if she
This
makes
is
a break,
going well.
if she makes a break for the door, I'll cast a spell.
Sure.
They're going to have me.
What do you count as making a break for a door? Like a quick action or just any kind of movement towards the door from now?
If she turns to run in the direction of the door, or if she opens the door or tries to.
Okay. She stays still for now, but you obviously got that prepared.
So you're telling me you don't know anything about this then?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And that's a shame. That's a really shame. I was hoping we could all make a bit of money out of this.
Well, it seems you've been mistaken.
You're making Tintali angry. Trust me, you don't want to do that. They're wild, and we can't fully control her.
It's odd for you to come in here and start threatening me.
Well, I'm not threatening you. I want to make some money out of this, and I'm sure you do too.
Listen, nobody that's not involved in this needs to get caught in the crossfire. Where's Fletcher? Well, we can talk to just her.
Which takes another step past the door. Looking at you, she's like, I don't think there's any reason for anybody to be talking to Fletcher.
Well, if you don't know anything about this, this youngster, maybe Fletcher does.
Oh, well. Wouldn't want to disturb her from her daily doings. It's late. People are busy.
True, but you wouldn't like to cost her money, though, would you?
I don't think I'm
just going to say to Carl over the mental link, just fucking grab her. She's not doing what we want. Just get her.
Takes another step. At this point, Maisie, you'd be the one to see it because you're directly, you don't need to do any perception. She takes a hand and starts reaching under the counter.
I bonus action. Well, I guess it's a necrotic reaction in my shoulder that, since it's not actually appearing there, it's just like a little light that goes very briefly, and the dagger goes quick.
Sure. So the dagger lights up. Cromwell, I will allow you to have this trigger your held action in the same way. It's a similar sort of thing if you wanted to. It's up to you. There's no like sudden action, but you can see very clearly that Maisie's just like seen something and charged up.
No, I'll wait.
Okay. Do you make any sudden movements, Maisie? She's reached under.
Yeah, I see her reaching. I'm sending the chain gauntlet out to try to grapple her.
Wonderful. In which case, I will count that as the first and surprise round, but we're, of course, going to be rolling some initiatives.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, no. Good thing there's a surprise.
Maisie, what did you get?
A natural 1 for a 4.
For Neva.
I like to go on, sorry.
Neva got a 24 23.
Nice!
The opposite sides of
Balance. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I have advantage on initiative, and therefore my advantage roll is 4, giving me 9.
I didn't ask you yet. Honestly.
I know, but I
Cromwell.
rolled a 1 and a 4.
I rolled the halfling's natural 1, which is a 2. So I have 4 for my initiative.
Cool. And now Carle, you have a 9.
9.
So,
considering we're all waiting for it, we're all done really badly at getting ready.
I'm seeing on here, Neva, you were at half health, which you wouldn't be. You need to do a long rest.
Yeah, we have long rested.
But the first to react, the first thing that happens out of anyone, as I'm sure you want to kick on some fight music, is you just lurch forward with the over the desk, the chain knife. Or for attack.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to switch to that fight music. Less important, but still important for making a roll. This ain't quite hitting it.
You need some screamy lady.
Okay. Not an attack roll, right? It's a grapple check, so it's an athletic.
If you want to be a grapple, then sure. So yes, it'll be your
athletics
versus her acrobatics or athletics. She's going to do
17.
Same either way. Just flat 7. So you just lurch forward, and this. What are you aiming for? The wrist or just the body? Standard grapple.
Her whole body, trying to
Sure.
snap her arms to her side.
You launch this thing forwards. It wraps around her body, pulls in her arm as you tighten it, and sort of pulls her off balance a little bit. First action. First person. Neva. You see this and immediately are like, yeah, let's go! Oh, wait, actually, I should say... Oh, no, Cromwell said he isn't going to take the reaction, so yes, it'll be Neva. It feels cruel to make the dyslexic write it all out.
Yeah. Is she me?
You know...
We look very similar.
You know, you've got similar styles. You might notice that as you're looking like, I dig this style.
Yeah,
Except right now you look like a goblin.
yeah, and she. You know what? Just give me the Carrick morph if you can.
Bonus action, dash, and jump the counter. You wouldn't need to
Nice.
dash if you didn't want
Yeah, you don't
to.
need to dash to jump.
So
the
to
counter.
jump the counter, I'd say will take you. Well, if you want to do it speedily, I'll let you use the bonus instead to do like an acrobatics check. Okay, do that and roll that. So use your bonus, kind of same thing, dash, whatever. You can pop over, and then that'll just take like 10 foot of movement, just standard, as long as you don't fail. Whoop, I just punched the microphone. Stupid microphone.
That'll teach it.
Dirty 20, yeah, you just hop
Dirty
straight
20,
over.
actually.
Dirty 20. Just hop straight over. And are you going to run out? Go for a range attack? What are we doing?
Stabe.
Take the two swords off the wall and throw them.
We're
Run us
gonna have
down.
like
So you just pull out these daggers and just charge straight at her. Roll 2 attacks.
we're
As
gonna
she
have a
is-
slightly longer session since we're delayed a little bit.
We'll see how
Just
it
a little bit longer. Like 10, 20?
If you think we're stopping now, it's only 20 past 11.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
Anyway, yes,
It's going. I know it's going to take a while for all these writings,
that's fine.
these etchings.
Uh,
It's okay. Listen, you can't help that stress destroys your voice.
Would it work out a little bit better if you turned on the like role sharing thing on D&D Beyond, and then just move yourself on the thing and click whatever it is, and then we'll just see it happen?
They still don't have her like additions or anything, so we'll still have to wait for those.
an 18 and a 9. The first, actually, let me just bring it up. The first hits, the second one doesn't. So you just charge in, stab through this like chain, well, through the gaps in this chain as she's been held back. She's super duper surprised. Well, I don't know what she should be. And the second one, you try to get in, and she just like dodges out the way just a little bit.
Where you go, you stupid cat?
Roll that damage.
Probably no sneak.
No, because no one is within 5 feet.
Sorry. I would have moved closer, but I only had my surprise action.
Now in the gut,
S.
do S 5.
It said S.
5 damage.
5.
Okay. Cool. You see a little bit of blood. She just. Next up is going to be. It's actually going to be Bash. He's going to turn this way. He's going to pull out from this bag at his side a long rifle, very similar to that of you've seen of Franklin's previously. He's currently pointing that at Neva. It's going to point more at. And
Can I like look over at him and be like, shh, not loud, no loud, no loud.
and he's going to take a shot.
Oh fuck!
I don't think.
Tell me he has a silencer.
Well,
I changed my mind. This guy sucks as well, and I'm going to have him murdered too.
is a dirty 20.
I'm just thinking that killing the big boss's daughter isn't the way to go.
Yeah, it's really not a great idea. I just wanted to stop her from touching the button, guys. That's all I wanted to do.
What's out? Okay, so he pulls out this weapon. I just want to take her down. That's fine. Yeah, you just not non-lethal. He pulls out this weapon.
Why'd you draw a flower on the side too?
And
I
you
didn't
see-
like him, but
You see him launch like he bashes his palm into the bottom of it, which opens up like a chamber of some kind. Shoves something in, pulls it back, leans up, and fires. There's this. It's not silent, but it's not as loud as like a standard explosion. As like what can only be described as like a beanbag type thing just goes, it fires out the end and hits her in the side.
Okay.
Absolutely just destroys her jaw, but doesn't pierce the skin as she takes 13 damage.
Listen, I'll take it. Holy shit.
And then he can then reload. So he like shoves the thing forward again and puts in a reload. Jameeth is going to show anything range, not really. Hang on.
Good dice.
Okay. She is going to run over here, and you see her just like there's this really weird, intense stare. Okay, and you can see the girl behind the counter catch his eyes, and there's this flash of like yellow around the iris of Jameeth's eye, which then is repeated as a flash of yellow around the girl's eyes, and you see she just falls unconscious immediately.
Damn. That'll do. That'll do, donkey.
As we would come out of initiative at that point, she just falls unconscious.
I was going to do a sleep spell.
Kind of got beaten to it.
But I won't now.
It's a thing she has called sleep gaze.
Sleep gaze. I like that. I don't know what it is, but it sounds good.
I'll just look back and say, thanks, Jay.
She just slumps down to the ground, still sort of attached up.
Wow, Jay, that was cool.
Like,
I think Purdy's voice is completely gone at this point, so even in character voices, yeah, okay.
she's like, well, I mean, we didn't want it to get too out of hand.
How often can you do that, Jay?
As much as she wants. It's a pretty low DC, and the person that it has happened to can't be affected by it a second time for 24 hours. But
okay, well, you should just go first and do that to everyone that we meet, Jay.
You really want to open it?
Yeah, I do. I want to go through.
It's locked. It's not. Jay just jumps up onto the counter rather than walking around.
Okay, well, some of us don't have big legs now, do we?
And there's just like.
Sorry,
I noticed this. I noticed this attitude that you've taken, Rowyn. It's very interesting. Very quickly. I'm gonna immediately look around for whatever their till or cash box or cash register
give me an
is.
investigation.
Jesus Christ.
Jay's just like, we should probably like hide the body of some way or another.
I'm looking
21.
what was it she was trying to get to do behind the counter. I'm not touching him.
Yeah, let's see what the
you can see as you tilt underneath. Underneath is a carved into the wood of under the counter is a magical sigil.
Can I disrupt the sigil? It's like with the knife, just.
I will say you are able to slash through it, but you have to roll an Arcana and you won't know what it'll do.
No, leave it alone because it might set off an alarm or something, isn't it? Which is the whole point of putting it down, was not to cause it.
Okay, fine.
I got a 21, Alex.
21. You rifle through, you see these paperworks and things. None of them seem particularly interesting, just like an inventory set. Not a very interesting inventory either. There's a lot of very mundane items, a few sort of like slightly more technological items. But as you ruffle around, you look into that sort of drawer behind, and you can tell that one of the drawers just opens and closes. It's a very simple thing. I've got you, Birdie. It's a very simple thing. The other one is like no visible lock, but like it just doesn't open. Like it is either jammed shut or shut in some way or another, but like it won't open.
Hey, can someone bring her hand over here?
No?
You can bring the rest of her.
Okay. I'm very small. I don't know if I can do that.
Jay just like, why have two of you on the same space? You can't be standing inside each other now. Jay's just gonna like jump down. Hey, we can all have a party in the same space, and grab her and just drag her along the floor, bring her over to you, and just like lift up a hand.
I'll use her hand to try and open the thing.
It doesn't open.
Damn it. Well, that was all the ideas I had.
Do you need someone to lockpick it for you or something?
He didn't say that there was a lock, so I'm assuming that there's no.
There's no visible lock.
No.
I wasn't listening.
Neva, you go to the door and check it. You can roll a perception, see if you can hear anything behind it.
I'm going to rifle through her pockets now that Jake's brought the
Sure,
body
give
over
me
to
another
me.
investigation. 19 for the door. So you go up to the door. First thing you notice, there isn't actually a window in it. First thing you notice is it feels very heavy, very thick. Like when you lean up against it, it doesn't even budge in the slightest. Not like, you know how some doors will sort of like jiggle a little bit. It doesn't move. It seems very heavy. And when you put your ear to it, you can't hear anything. Like it's just sort of dead silent.
10.
10. Inner pockets, as you rifle through, don't find a lot. In one pocket, there is a little key, very, very, very small key, kind of like one of those tiny locket key type things. And then in the other pocket, there's just like a pack of like chewing gum.
She's not carrying any money? Damn.
Afraid not what you find. The door, if you push the door, it doesn't move. There is a lock, so 1 and 1.
Is it a keyhole kind of lock?
Yeah.
Is there any rope or wire or material that can be used for binding in this shop?
I have rope.
I haven't asked you though, so I'm looking for myself.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that out loud to us.
No. No, I'd be talking like this in this character if I was asking out loud.
Yeah, I reckon on one of the shelves there's not particularly high quality rope, fairly thin. It's not like nice
Sure.
thick hemp or anything. It's just kind of, there.
Can I use that to bind this lady?
You can. Give her a tie up. Roll me a survival.
Okay. I want to tie her to like that little like coffee table type thing in the back there by where
Yeah, just the
Cromwell's
leg,
standing. Yeah, just to the leg of it. So she
Roll
can't
that.
move.
Purdy, you're looking for a key. Give me an investigation. Look around for a key.
Oh, I have advantage on survivals.
The way you described the key that I found, Alex, it sounded too small to be the lock to this
It
lock.
doesn't feel at its first look like it would be for that lock. 16, you don't find
30-20.
a key anywhere. Dirty 20, tie her up. Looks good.
Oh, you investigate for the key as well. It's on the
Roll an investigation. Yeah, the key, that little one, if you put it to it, it just looks completely mismatched.
Yeah.
Although there would be a little bit in the back of your head that's like, well, magic is magic. There's always a chance that things aren't what they appear. Not that I'm
Molly.
giving you any kind of confirmation.
Lovely to see you, and I can't roll the dice when you're doing this.
I'm going to tap it to the locked drawer.
Nothing happens.
I'll then try to open the drawer.
Nothing happens.
24.
Still.
Investigation was 24.
The drawer doesn't open. 24, you look around, you definitely don't find any keys. You're pretty sure on not seeing anything extra. There's a bunch of, in all those investigations, behind the desk, there's a bunch of like what seems to be sort of more specialty items, probably cost a little bit more. Not that you'd exactly be able to sell them or like, they are. A lot of books seem to be various, kind of random. Some are like manuals on building things. Some are like storybooks. It's just like a really weird assortment. And then the books and stuff that she was looking at are just, like I said, kind of monetary things, inventory things.
Can I have a look at this drawer, which we tried to open? I'm going to investigate that, see if I can see anything which might help to open it.
Sure, roll an investigation.
Might as well, while I'm at it. Oh, another 19. 24.
As far as you can tell, it's just a drawer. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing written on it. Anything. It's just a drawer that won't open.
Neva, I'd love to try to pick a lock, but I don't know if this thing is magical or not. It seems kind of magical, and I don't know. This place seems like rife for traps.
Have we just tried opening it?
The drawer? Or the door?
The door. It might not be locked if we haven't tried it.
Neva did try it.
Neva said it was locked.
There's no
Okay.
handle to turn, and it doesn't push open or pull. It just didn't seem to
Well,
budge.
It's a dead end gang. We'll have pissed off a crime boss in the city, but at least we gave it our all. Time to go home.
Can I investigate for peculiar things?
You've already investigated around here, haven't you?
No.
Yeah, okay. There's like so many investigations thrown around. Fine. Yes, you can investigate.
I'm rolling so well. 17 plus 2, 19.
Plus, I'll do a guidance so you can get an extra D4.
Four. 23.
Nothing out of the ordinary. The only thing that you can confirm of everyone that anyone's found is the tiny key in the pocket of the girl, and then the drawer that won't open, and then a big heavy door.
Has anyone tried putting a knife in that drawer and just leaving it open?
Not really keen to shove my knife in the places that are probably magically protected.
Well, you can use one of mine. They're just ordinary daggers.
I can try this key, but it doesn't look like it works. So, but this is our own.
We haven't even tried the key.
No, the key is tiny compared to the lock.
Whatever. I'm gonna try the key. Gimme.
No, I will try it. I'm not giving it to you.
Okay, fine. You try it. If it blows up, that's your own fucking problem.
That's great. You can stand next to me if you want.
I'm fine. If you're gonna take the risk, you take the risk.
For God's sake, are we still going on about all of this kind of who's doing what? Can somebody please try the key?
I shall try the key.
On the door.
On the drawer first.
The drawer doesn't have a keyhole.
Yeah, just push it to it. Who knows?
I already did that.
So, to the door. You put it up to the key, the lock, and as you get close, you can feel like a weak, almost magnetic field. It almost seems attracted to the keyhole. And as you put it up, it seems to want to pop in place, kind of hovering in the center of the lock.
This key is real horny.
If you allow it to do so, it fits in, and then as you sort of push ever so gently, the key expands outwards and becomes a larger key and fits into the lock.
This is a lewd symbolism that I
really
don't know what I feel about.
Key and it got bigger. If you want to make it a penis that's getting erect, then fine. I feel like that is on you and not on me.
I mean, you're the one that said it outright.
Listeners?
What listeners? This is going to be cut out.
Right, I will. I will carefully and with just the right amount of pressure insert the phallic key.
I feel like Rowyn knows my audio work is good enough to get rid of any of the bits that make it sound phallic. You push the key in. You turn it.
But I'm also editing this one, so it will be in the YouTube edit.
And it clicks. As in, unlocks.
Great. Right, you can open that door now, and I'm going to stand back.
Bash, from behind the counter, points his gun at the door.
Can we move this unconscious lady over to the thing?
Yep.
Thank you. Wrong one.
I
Yeah,
know,
there you go.
Doesn't... Okay, you opening up the door?
Yeah.
You open the door, and you immediately
You
immediately see. If it'll let me do it, there it is. Quite the surprising sight. You all die. You don't all die.
Rocks fall.
You see 4 people.
He's learned to use hidden areas. Let's go!
I did this before. You see 4 people sitting around a table, enjoying some pastries and a little bit of some kind of a drink. Who, as the door opens, just one of them turns over, just looks over like, "Oh, what's it? Who the hell are you?" And immediately, all 4 of them just like scoot out from the chairs, and all 4 of them pull out a pistol.
Can I get a dexterity check to see if they fall out of the chair?
Fall out the. Fine. Oh look, 4 people. None of them fall out the chair. That was a D12.
Damn.
None of them fall out of the chair.
You gotta ask. You gotta ask.
Yes, all of them immediately pull out a pistol each, point at the door, and they're like, "Oopsie," and they're like, Who are you?
And they're like, whoopsie.
Who are you?
They see a gun pointed in, and they're just like, "All right."
I
Explanation.
will. Do you want to hear about our Lord and Savior? I'm just going to Wretched Caress, the one in the front.
Okay. On that, everyone roll another
Yeah, time.
initiative.
We're gonna make the combat snappy.
Maisie will say, "Sorry, wrong number."
That time.
Are you okay? No, that's a 7, not a 1. Okay, I was about to say 2 initiatives in a row. Are you kidding me? It's a
Easy.
dirty 10.
Neva is a 12. Cromwell
18.
and Carly's a 19. Okay. So the first thing to happen is your Wretched Caress. And potentially fight music, depending on how you want this to feel.
Oh, yeah,
I rolled a
you're
1.
right.
Which means it's halfling time.
It's halfling time.
Way better on a 3. Making it only a 9.
And that's against...
AC.
Oh,
You
then-
said there are
no,
4.
it doesn't it?
You said there are 4 of them, didn't you?
Yes.
If they're behind what the game considers total cover, you can't see them. That's why there's some missing.
Interesting. I didn't know that's how this would work, so you can only see a few of them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a setting, if it can be turned off, but yes,
Absolutely
I
not.
can only see 2 at the moment, for
So
example.
if I did this...
I
Yeah.
can see that person.
Yes.
And now
See
they've disappeared.
Juan.
Interesting. That's very interesting, and I'll keep it.
Oh, yeah, if I go over there, I see all of them.
Oh, okay.
If I go
good to know.
here, it's 1.
Okay. They should.
That must be new. I don't remember that being the case before.
You know,
That's been the case in ones we played before.
I
Oh,
actually think
maybe
we
I've just
thought
been
about it.
DMing the rest of them.
When someone moved, then they all became visible to me.
So
Right,
yeah. Okay. I also
But I can
realized
only
I
see 2.
name them A, B, C, and D. So let me just quickly do that so that you can reference them. I should also, because I keep forgetting to do this, the room itself, as you see it, just for the podcast, you can see, so forward and to the right, there's a circular table, which is what they were all sitting at with the food and stuff. The opposite side of the wall, which the door you've just opened, there is another door. You can see that there's some kind of like extended area that's possibly another door to the left, and then some of you will be able to see a set of stairs going upwards in the sort of like left-hand side of this room. Your Richard Caress unfortunately does not hit, so from there we will move to Bash, who's going to immediately fire at the one that he can most likely see, which is B. Shoves in something into the gun, or he's already reloaded, and he's going to fire.
You're fired.
Which, oops, daisy, is going to be luckily high enough because he's got 13, which means he does. He starts rolling. Ooh, max damage, 16 damage. You just boom, fires straight into the shoulder of this of Thug B. And you can see, like, it goes straight through. That was an actual bullet. It goes straight through. You see the sort of rock work in the wall behind sort of chip away a little bit as blood just splatters out the back. Next, Carly.
Was it loud?
It was loud.
You see. Shall I or shan't I? Yeah, why not? So I will step to the left so I can see
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. As long as I can see into the room, that's fine.
So,
And I will cast a fairy fire.
okay, on which one?
On the fairy fire in this case is 20-foot cube. Everything
Okay.
inside it. DC 13, I think. Dex 13. And if they fail, they are lit up like a Christmas tree.
Okay, so all 3 of them, or 4 of them.
4 of them, hopefully. So in the
It's going to
20-foot
be
cube.
you said Dex. Let's just roll.
Yeah.
So from A, B, C, and D, 9, 10, 12, 2.
Oh, excellent. They all failed.
They all do. They're all lit up.
So they're all lit up like Christmas trees, which means any attack against them has
Advantage, baby.
Nice. Any extra things, bonus or whatever?
No, I don't have that kind of.
Okay, Cromwell.
Nothing I would use.
Richard corrects. Thug A.
Okay.
What does Wretched Caress look like again?
So it is like a little tear opens up next to them, and a ethereal tentacle reaches out and tries to thwack them.
Beautiful. Just like, whoosh, just slap.
Just the backhand.
Yeah. That is a 13.
Hits. You reach out and bam, hit him right in the face. You might like to know as well, all 4 of these are custom Hero Forge models, just because I wanted to have some.
Oh, wow. Look at you, you fancy motherfucker.
Some nice stuff.
It's one force damage.
Damn. Look at you go. Okay.
This is why I need to level up.
Neither. Can I hold my action till we enter the room?
You can just walk into the room, right?
You could walk into the room first. You can. The reason that will be kind of awkward is because you'll be holding an action until your next turn when you walk in, and at which point you would have an action, and you can't have a second action because your held action will last until your next go. So you wouldn't really have a held action.
Like, damn, I prepared my turn and everything. I wrote it down. I knew what I was going to do. She's agreeing with me for the podcast. I can't wait to edit this video because this one, more than any of them that will probably come after this, is going to be really good. Because every time we need to refer to Purdy, I can just actually like zoom in on the sign and be like, look, she said it. Look at that.
Thinking.
Yeah, she's writing. She's had the thought. Now she's writing the thought down.
Can you hear somebody?
You'll enter.
Fine, it'll enter.
Final enter. Where are you going? I mean, you can move the figure.
Oh, fine. I'll enter. Okay, cool. That's different.
Instead of writing stab, just make a stab motion.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got in.
You run in, and you're
Two more guys
stabbing.
up
Give me a 1, 2, 3, or 4 for A, B, or just 1 or 2 for A or B. Press tab if you want to know the names.
Okay. Nod if you want to hit the bold
A.
one.
B.
Shake your head if you want to hit the not
If you want
bold
to do sign
one.
language, it would be A and B. So
I don't know sign language.
you wouldn't know that
Alex.
either.
I
'Cause
would love
that's,
to.
That's British sign language.
It's a
rather
miss.
than-
It does not hit. I don't think.
I think.
Is it a natural
escape.
one?
No.
Okay, so it's just bad. Can you indicate it on your fingers what the roll was?
Did you, Purdy, did you remember to do an advantage? There you go. So you had advantage.
I presume that was then an 8.
Now that's a good expression.
21?
3.
21.
Oh, 20.
I like how I'm the only one who understood that.
I was like, 3. Why are you excited about a 3?
21. 21 does hit. So yeah, you walk in, he's glowing with this fairy fire, and you're like, okay. Stab him in the stomach.
He's probably busy going, oh look, I'm all pretty.
No, he's busy going, ow, my cheek, I got slapped by a tentacle.
Oh,
I don't get advantage both.
You do.
Yes, you do.
It's on all attacks on these people until that light fades.
Yeah. That was a good. That was also a good expression.
And
20.
because you have
What?
advantage.
Natty 20?
Is that a natural or a dirty? It's dirty.
A dirty?
That's right.
Because you have advantage, your first attack would have had sneak attack as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
true.
2 hits, 1 with sneak attack. Second one without the extras. She's now just like, oh, so many numbers.
Someone get out the abacus.
I've got a slide rule
I
somewhere.
was gonna say, who's got an abacus? 3.5
7 and
damage.
2? No, 7 and 2. 9 damage. Just write the total. Just write the total.
9 damage to A. Okay, so you just walk in and just stab him. He's just like, ow!
We're playing like a whole like sub game underneath the actual game here of
Easy.
sign language with Purdy.
You see Neva
All
run
right.
in.
Okay, Alex.
Yeah.
You gonna punch me? I'm a goblin, right? I'm just a little guy.
You're currently smaller.
I'm currently a little guy. Does that mean that I can run through my friendly character space?
You can do that anyway.
Yeah, we always do that.
Oh, do we?
That's just like
Okay.
a standard thing. You can go through your friendly spaces. Being small
Oh,
means you could
wonderful.
probably. No, I think if you're tiny, you can go through enemy spaces. I'm not sure about small. But
Small
yeah,
is.
Oh my god! You've put your.
I just want to get
straight to the
there.
face. Yeah, you just run in.
We've been attacking A, right?
A and B are both hurt. A has got a stab in his stomach. B has a hole in her shoulder where the shot went through.
Cool. I'm going to do like a twisting motion, just like a. So in the right hand here is the dagger that has like the lightning coat on it, and the other one is the gauntlet that has the dagger sticking out of it. So I'm slashing at one guy's ankles while I'm stabbing into the other guy's buttocks. The buttocks shot is it's a 12 on both dice plus 6, 18.
Yeah.
That is. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, both hit. You just run in and do this really cool sort of slashing motion
Absolutely garbage damage of 8
to A or B.
to A.
Okay.
And then okay, that one's not as good. That is a 15 to hit B.
Hits.
Wonderful. And that's just a D4. 3.
Okay.
If it helps, Alex, I have a racial feature that says I can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than yours.
There you
So raw, no. I don't remember what we've normally done.
I think with small, that's fine anyway. Like that makes sense because you can just run through the legs. Right, it's Jameth's turn, and she's going to. It's a struggle because there's people there, but she's going to run through and get to here because she can, and then she's gonna swing a sledgehammer.
Mash.
Yeah, so she just like swings this round straight into the side of B. And gets a natural one. So she swings round and just at the last second realizes this really large swing is going to hit Maisie in the face and just abandons. Oh. It's just like, no, and just has to like, she doesn't drop it, but just like has to just like put it down and unfortunately doesn't get her attack. No, she has pack tactics.
She's also got advantage.
She has an extra advantage because she has pack tactics as well. Jesus, a 1, a 5, and a 9. Are any of those going to hit? I think a 9 might, with her adding on. Yes. Jesus.
If you're adding up advantages, if she's a level 2 barbarian, then
she's not
she can also do reckless. She's not. Okay.
She has a special monster stat block that he made.
She does hit, however, and just slams into the side. You hear this horrid crack as a couple ribs definitely break. And she's going to do... Where's the dice? Those ones. That's right. 9 damage. You see Thug B, she just like cripples over. That's not the word I'm looking for. She crumples over as she just like takes this impact to the side. She's not doing well at all. And then it's the Thug's turn. So A is going to... So they've all got out these pistols. So A is going to point blank, point the gun at Neva. So disadvantage to hit. Not bad. 13 to hit Neva. Does hit. Okay, and then there'll be a second shot, still at disadvantage. That one won't hit because that's like a 6. So you take 4 damage as this gun, basically pointed directly at your side, just boom, fires out into your shoulder. B is going to do the same thing, except at Maisie. Disadvantage again, of course. 8 to hit. Not going to hit. And then a...
Nope.
And then an 11 to hit. You should be glad for
Nope.
the disadvantage because the other one was a natty 20. So just 2 shots.
Oh.
2 shots, bang, bang, as you're just like dodging left and right. You're like doing that thing where you sort of put your hand up to her hand and sort of push it sideways and move out of the way. She's like, stop moving, you little piece of shit.
I just learned with this one last week.
Wax on, wax off. C
Yeah.
is going to join in the fun and trying to... Oh, no. It's going to try and go point blank as well at Jameer. It's getting a little worried about that. These are not good rolls. It's a miss and a... Oh, that one will hit. A dirty 20. So just fires once and she sort of like moves out of the way because of it being so close. But the second one, he just bam, straight into a thigh. I'm going to take 6 damage. It's pretty bad. You see just like you see a bullet go in and then it just the wood behind a leg or just splinters as it goes straight through. And finally, D, the only one that won't have disadvantage of any of these, is going to shoot at... Who seems the most threatening? Maisie, because you attacked 2 people at the same time and succeeded.
Thank you.
So first one is going to be a natural 20. Second one is going to be an 8, so it's not going to hit. You were feeling good, right? 12 damage.
Ooh, ouch.
Could be worse.
This shot just goes straight into like the side, like to the right hand side of your stomach, and just blasts through. This blood starts like pouring out of your side. It's very painful.
Hey Alex, just a quick question.
Yeah.
Those potions from the Forest of Dream, did they stay with us?
No.
Fuck. Wait, the potion of greater healing, was that from the forest?
Yeah. Next up, Bash is going to fire at... He's going to try and do something special here. He's going to go sideways a little bit here. He's going to try and shoot through B into C. Which I think will work. Yep. So he fires a bullet and it just launches straight through the B's shoulder and impacts into just behind. So we've got a 5 damage. Oh no, wait, sorry, a 3 damage and a 2 damage, unfortunately. So not too much. Doesn't kill. You see Thug B looking really bad, like hanging on. There's holes in both shoulders, a wound in the middle, gripping the side where the impact from the sledgehammer went through. Ugh. Carly.
I am going to fire a Sacred Flame at Thug. Thug, the one who's very poorly.
B.
A, B, D. It didn't work. Right, no, I tried to make it do a magic missile on the screen, but it didn't work.
Okay.
Right, Sacred Flame. That is a Dex 13.
12.
Yay, a hit. And that is a 6 points of
Doesn't
damage.
matter. You just do the Sacred Flame, which engulfs, and she just collapses to the ground.
So blue flames spring up around her.
Yeah.
In there's like a cloud of steam with flames inside it, and it dissipates.
She just collapses down to the ground. Unmoving. Cromwell.
Who are you saying that I can see all of them, or is it still just Thug A from this that I'd be able to see?
From where you are currently, I mean, you'd really struggle to see most of them. I think B, you could see. The rest of them are kind of around the corner, but you could move over to the left and see basically all of them.
Yeah. And who is looking the most wounded?
Well, the one on the ground dead is looking the most wounded, but the next most is A.
A. Okay, I will use my bonus action I make mental contact with A.
Mhm.
And I'll say, in my most sinistery, eviliest, most threatening thought voice, whatever that might sound like, tell me where the money is, and I'll spare your life.
Roll intimidation.
There we go. 14.
He seems unfazed. He doesn't know where the voice is coming from. He sort of grabs his head a little bit and he just...
You can think it. You can reply to this message.
He doesn't answer.
Cool. He's got fairy fire on him, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Press. For a 15,
Hits.
which is 9 force damage.
Woo! Slam into him this time. Again, you hear more like bones cracking, maybe a shoulder dislocating, and he's looking very unhappy.
Tell me where it is, bitch.
Neva, you've just seen the one in front of you get slapped with a tentacle, and he's looking bad. You want to stab? A stabbing A. Okay, yes.
What was-
Yeah.
Make a stab motion if you're stabbing.
That's E.
She did do it.
That's E. No, A-E-I-O-U. This is my
I
best.
think she was going 1, 2, 3, 4 instead.
That's A.
Right. Well, that's what's going to get confusing. Why don't you just talk? Honestly, come on.
That's 2. She wants to go for 2, but 2's to
The podcast can work that one out.
hit. Oh, go to the YouTube video. This one will be edited. Check it out.
Oh, it better be at this point.
It will be.
Is that with the 15 to hit 8 damage? Or 15 and an 8 to hit?
Sneak attack damage on the first one.
It's rolling to hit.
What? Oh, they're
You have it.
Yeah, there's a
Hit.
15 and an 8
15
to
and
hit.
an 8 to hit.
15
Two
hits,
attack.
8 does not.
Hang on, did you remember you had advantage?
That's because of the advantage, no?
No, that was
No,
2
okay.
attacks.
No.
So if
So you
15
hit,
hit
you
the
hit the
first
first
one.
attack, and then you hit the second attack. Okay.
You can reroll the first to see if you get a natty.
Yeah, good point. Actually.
Well, that first one was 2 rolls, wasn't it? It was 15 and 8.
I guess, yes, technically. It doesn't matter.
So 2 hits.
So you hit twice. First attack has sneak
We don't
attack
know if she
damage.
hits twice. Do we?
She didn't roll the
she-
second one yet.
And then when
She re-rolled the second one.
Oh, angry writing now. Fuck. We must be some stupid motherfucker.
I don't know what the advantage roll is. Yeah,
One
one hit, the
hit.
first one. Did you roll the advantage?
Oh, the second didn't. Oh, okay. The second was bad.
Okay.
This was like, where do you get 2 hits from? Just made it up.
Because 15 and 8 were the first one, which is a 15 to hit, and the second one gets 2 rolls.
Yeah, but she confirmed that anything would hit. You give you a number.
I had thought that she had motioned
Man,
that she had
damn it.
hit on the second
Good.
one.
You stab him in the shoulder, and he just looks a little woozy, and it just collapses to the ground. His blood starts just pouring out.
Oh, very good for me. That is very good for me. Thank you.
Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing.
Oh, wiggle.
I'm loving them falling over as well, just like directly sideways.
Yeah.
Okay, Maisie.
Maisie's currently grabbing her abdomen where she was shot.
Yeah,
And-
doesn't feel good.
Probably no one will see it, but I want to describe it anyway because it's fine.
Mhm.
The little hole, the bleeding slows a little bit when a little crystal lattice work slowly covers it over, and her eyes go a little hazy, and she gets very angry, and hops up on the table and goes with both daggers down on the guy that shot her.
Okay.
First dagger is a lot. 24.
Yeah.
And the second dagger is 16.
Also hits. You just launch these 2 down, bam, into like both shoulders at the same time.
Where's my third D4? I don't know. I'll roll another one twice. Oh, there it is. 5 plus 9
14.
plus 6, 15.
5 plus 9 plus 6 is 20.
Did I say 5?
That's the number you get.
It wasn't. The number is 15. Just
Okay. 15 damage. As you stab down, you just the impact.
Don't
Jameis.
shoot me.
Jameis going just keep swinging. You would have had advantage on those if you wanted to see if they get some nets.
Those were at advantage.
Okay, wonderful. She's going to swing at advantage. Get a natural 1 and a 7. 7 adds up to 11 and just hits. So she's going to do... She just swings around and does good rolls. Does 5 damage. She kind of slips a little up on the hit and just doesn't hit too hard. A little bit of a thump from the side, but not amazing. I was just thinking as well, she had an extra advantage on that because of her pack tactics as well. No, she doesn't currently have pack tactics because wait, 5 feet of the creature and the ally isn't. Oh yeah,
where Jay is at the moment,
yes,
it would be
from
if it's 5 feet. So yeah.
Doesn't make a difference. Okay, after all of that, you're dead. You're dead. C is going to just attempt to pistol whip Jay. Twice. And both are going to hit. Not good for Jay. Over dice. There they are. Just like goes round once, smacks her in the face with the butt of the gun. You can see it just like leaves a massive impact, and then the second time hits her in the stomach. She's going to take 7 damage. She's not looking good. D is going to look up at Maisie. You just stab down into his shoulders. He just pulls out the pistol, puts it right up to your face, or at least attempts to. First shot, gonna miss, because that's going to be a 6. So he puts it right up to your chin, and you just, bam, goes straight past you like a ringing left in your ear. Second shot manages to hit you on a 18, and just, bam, gets you in the other shoulder, unfortunately.
Those are a disadvantage? Fuck.
Yeah, those were 2 very good rolls. And it's going to be a 3 damage.
Yep. That's enough.
Neva. And
Later, y'all.
You just see Maisie just collapse to the ground as a bullet goes bam straight through her.
Maisie.
Just see Neva writing immediately.
Nash gonna take another shot.
Oh fuck!
A 15 gonna hit, and it's gonna be I forget what he does for damage. Who's there? Which is there? He's gonna do 14 damage on C. Bam! Straight through another shoulder. More impact on the wall behind. Didn't take him down though. Carly.
I have a question.
Yes.
About
Yes.
my braces,
Yes.
which fire magic missiles.
Yes, they do.
So my braces say they have 6 charges. Each charge is a magic missile spell, right?
Yes.
A magic missile spell fires 3 magic missiles.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yes,
does.
but it is not each charge of the thing fires
Oh, yeah.
a magic missile spell. It's each one fires a magic missile
Items different.
bolt.
I see. Okay, fair enough.
Item do different.
Yeah. So you have like
Yeah, that's
6 to
fine.
fire.
I'll take you.
Otherwise, you'd have 18, which is a little bit too much.
Yes, exactly.
Could you expend more than one charge at a time, though, or is it just...
I believe so.
No, I can fire as many as I like
Yeah,
in
you
one
can
round.
fire between 1
Up
to
to
6.
six.
So
This
That's
is
fine.
essentially a wand of magic missile, right?
yeah,
I will take it for that. So what I am actually going to do is not use magic missile or anything else. I'm going to come over to here. There, stand somewhere over here.
Is it actually the wand of magic missiles, or is it a slightly modified?
it's a custom item.
Okay. Okay.
And I am going to touch Maisie and do spare the die.
Don't even get any healing. You just get stabilized.
Yeah, what the hell?
For the moment, I'm just sparing the die.
Okay.
Player a coup.
Cromwell.
Same thing. Bonus action. Mind. Where's the money, bitch? Tell me how to get the money and I'll spare your life.
Or another intimidation.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to say he is.
This is for C, by the way, because that's
Yeah,
what
he
I
has
can see.
he's scared of you, which means he can't get any closer to you. And whatever else is it fear status? I feel like that's not the right word.
Yeah, fear is he can't willingly move closer
Yeah.
to me, and he has disadvantage on all attack rolls while I am within his line of sight.
Yes. So he kind of doesn't obviously grabs his head and just bashing it a little bit. Obviously freaked out by what's going on. You don't know whether he's going to tell you where the money is, but you can tell that it definitely affected him.
Think it to me. Anything?
No.
No. Okay. I'll hit him then.
Okay.
That is a 17.
It's
8.
he ain't gonna be thinking much more. He's just bashing upside the head, and he just bomb hits the ground. But at least he was
I'll
scared.
I'll make it non-lethal if I can. If not, I'm fine if his head explodes.
Magic generally not a non-lethal thing.
It's fine.
So no, he just falls to the ground.
His head explodes.
Are we all of your stuff? Nivar. You see Kale climb up and do that. Move to D. Stab twice. Right in the eyeballs.
Right in the eyeballs.
She doesn't want you to miss that bit. Is that what you were writing when I was? Okay, cool.
You just pull out your knives and you're just or except with Neva's current voices, and then runs over. A stab.
Don't forget the advantage. Stabby, advantage. And also Steaky.
17, 21 hit, both hit. You just run over, stab at his face. Go on, give me some high numbers. You wouldn't have sneak attack. 10. Good. He does not go down, but you stab him hard. Maisie, you stable? Jay?
That I am.
Just gonna run around here, follow your lead, and just try to smack him upside the head. She rolls 13 hits, and it's these two. Come on, give me some actual good rolls on these for now. You know what? Max damage will do me. 6 plus 6 plus 2. That's not too bad. 14 damage. You see this sort of feral look in her eyes, probably Kale and Neva, and she just runs over, swings the sledgehammer, hits him in the side of the head. Actually, yeah, the side of the head, just after Neva's pulled away. He impacts, pushes him sideways into the wall, and his head, just like a watermelon, just as he just falls down to the ground. And she's just breathing heavy.
Non-lethal.
And she looks up just he took down. It's amazing.
Nice.
Nice.
That's all of them, right?
As we break initiative, yeah.
I will move in and immediately start going through their pockets.
Okay, roll me just one investigation for all.
16.
16. You find in total 2 gold, 3 silver, and then various other things that you're not interested in. You know, just like little pins and buttons or whatever, just shit that you just wouldn't care for, unless you particularly want random materials.
Only if one of them's cool.
On Maisie, you
really?
find some thieves.
Yeah, Maisie's just lying on the table. You're not gracefully either. Just like lying on top of a pushed over stein of ale.
They can probably see the little crystal lattice stuff going if they peek them.
I can.
I'm going to take a gun
I can.
and bullets.
I have got some healing, but
Don't give Cromwell a gun.
It depends if you're going to get any more fights.
Do it. Do what?
I will do it. That's going to be a healing word.
In terms of weapons, you don't get the weapons off them. Otherwise, we'd be in that situation where you always take weapons off everybody.
6 points.
Well.
But Bash comes over and he's like, well,
No!
that could have gone better. You okay, Maisie?
Bash, these guns are glued to their hands. Is that like a thing that happens? Like, I just can't take it off them.
The universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I'm still it'll be something.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think the
Maisie-
usual bullshit excuses like they're too degraded and it's not worth having, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they got damaged.
You also have no skill in using them, things like that.
Maisie, you're like I don't
I'm weirdly fine.
I
The
mean,
bleeding is like not there.
Yeah, I mean,
M. Are you right? Carrack. That's what it was.
this is going to be a very strange question. You're more than welcome to not answer. How does it feel to be shot? I've shot people. I've never been shot, and I feel like I should know. Is that a weird thing to say?
Well, it didn't feel much different from when I was shot through the shoulder with a crystal, if I'm being honest. The crystal was a little bigger and a little more painful. It's kind of like a sharp needle that just kept going. You know how like you go to the doctor and you get some injections to make you feel better? This one, it was like that, but it just kept going and was just the pain.
You were injected by someone calling themselves a doctor?
What?
You were injected with something by someone who said that they were a doctor?
Yeah, probably a lot more than I even remember if the shit my parents did is true. So
I don't know if that's normal.
probably not. I try not to think
Is
about it.
anything normal nowadays for
Not
us?
really.
Oh my god, Neva, you can speak!
Two. Well,
No, it's B.
where now? So yes, as you're in here, more accurately, you can see there are stairs going upwards to, you presume, the second floor that you can see from the outside. I'm not sure where else it would go. There's a door that's just on this sort of like outcrop. It gets the feeling of like a downwards, and then there's another door that has no windows or anything. That's just at the same level.
I want to look at this door.
The door that's so as shown in here, it is much more metal heavy. It's different to all of the other wooden doors, and it is locked. It doesn't open.
Can I try and pick the lock?
Try and pick the lock if you wish.
Be careful, you should check for traps.
What's my lock picking again?
You do.
It'll be your proficiency.
Yeah. So if you're proficient, it's proficiency plus dex. I think is how we normally do it, which I think is a little
Yeah.
higher than the average, but I like doing it that way.
Where's my proficiency again?
Middle top ish.
Ah, there. 17.
17. You're really trying to suss out this lock, and it's like a maze. It's like a puzzle. Like you feel like you've got the hang of it, and then you lose it, and then you feel like you got the hang again, you lose it. You just cannot suss out what is going on here.
It's just the Skyrim lock thing where it turns every so
I
often. Then
fucking hate that thing. I can
Master
never do
lock.
that.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah, you just
It's probably
cannot.
enchanted as some shit. Hold on. Any of these guys? No, these guys are shit. They don't have anything. What's this door?
Do you open it? Or try to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an open door, the sort of normal one, and it goes further deep into the, whatever you'd call it, building, and it just seems to be some kind of storeroom. Plenty of boxes. It's not too big. It's, maybe about 20 feet back, but it's loads of barrels and boxes. Some of them are, like, locked. Some of them seem open. Some bags and sacks of stuff, grain, you don't know, dust. There's some weird sort of sparkly type dust in the corner.
There
Maybe
you go, go get yourself lost in that.
maybe there's like a potion or something in here. I'm gonna take a look.
I'm going to investigate as well.
Yes. Investigations.
Absolute garbage. 10.
10. 10.
12.
Bash is also going to investigate. 12, also not great. Bash will do a
If Bash is helping, there must be something good in here.
19. Okay, so
That's someone.
with we'll go top to bottom. No, bottom to top. Amazing. Yeah, kind of a bit woozy, a bit hazy, confused. You're walking around, can't see much, but you get very distracted by these sort of bags in the corner. Some of them immediately you're like, oh, that's just like maybe food grain or rice or something. But then there's like a really small one, a couple of small ones inside of a wooden box. And you vaguely recognize it, but not too well. It's a sort of shimmering, sparkly kind of very fine powder, a bit like glitter. You would recognize it as some people that you aren't as close to from home, some of like the not so good friend groups have definitely done this as a drug. You do not touch it, but it's like super hard stuff. Like it's fuck up your life kind of stuff.
I was about to say, are you sure I didn't?
No, it's like even Maisie with
like,
all this stuff. Like Maisie would do some
okay.
weed or whatever, but like this is like fully, absolutely wreck you kind of stuff.
Ooh.
That's the only thing you see. Carle, you don't really find much with that 12 because obviously you don't have the history of drugs. Bash, how
Would I recognize it?
I didn't know you were checking.
No, just if it's. You said it was visible.
If you're in and looking and seeing Maisie going over there, you.
Would I know what it's called if I know people have done it?
Roll me a history.
15.
I do have a name for it, but I need to open up a document. Sorry, Cromwell. I'm just getting a bit distracted. You would have seen or maybe heard of dealings. Well, it depends. Has Cromwell done hard drugs?
No.
No. Then you may have like been aware of its presence from like where you've lived and stuff and dealings and maybe spoken to some people and seen it ruin some lives, but you wouldn't be too aware of it.
Okay.
I would say with a 15 for the history, I'll give you just a little bit if I can find so many different things. Oh, good lord. Just a second. It's got to be in here somewhere. Oh dear. This is the problem with having so many different things.
I know the fields, dude. I'm only on my second major quest, and I know the fields.
So you would know that with that history, you would know that it is not like a super common thing. In fact, finding out where you are, it was like super expensive because it's imported basically. And it was known as Angel Fire.
Angel Fire. Oh.
Angel Fire. As far as you would remember, it's like a strong, very strong hallucinogen, but then like the down is destroying it. The addiction is high. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys find much in there?
The other thing.
They into the bad.
The other
They
thing-
into the bad drugs over here.
Bash.
Oh god, I think I'm getting a more extreme smoker voice. Oh fuck.
Bash, looking around, opens up one of these boxes. He just sort of like stabs like a dagger into it, pulls it open, and there's just like an array of bottles that he pulls out. There's just an absolute fuck ton of just like healing potions, enough for one each. Not the basic ones, the next ones. Is Greater the second one? I feel like there's one between.
Greater is the second one.
Yeah, then they're all Greater potions. 6 of them.
I'm going to down one immediately.
He's giving each of us one.
No, and he just say there's a bunch here. There's 6 of them. He doesn't need one.
How much is a greater? It's
44 plus 4.
Hold on.
Something like
I shall shake one.
that. Jameth is going to take one and drink it.
Yeah, it's 44 plus 4.
Thank you.
Yes, it's greater, superior, supreme.
There you go. So Jameth is going to get
So we got some Supremes,
14 extra.
Greater.
Holy good roll. 7 plus. Oh, baby. 7 plus 7, 14 plus 4, right?
Mhm.
Holy
I'm going to look
shit.
around for any empty vials or bottles, and if I can't see any, I will ask Bash for any that he has.
Give me an investigation. And yes, everyone else. Jameth has drunk one. Bash is going to
16.
take a greater, and everyone else is welcome to take one and hold on to it.
I'll take
16.
the greater.
Yeah, next to this one is just a crate full of just like empty glass vials.
Brilliant. I'll take as much of the Angel Fire as I can.
Sure. There's not a huge
You
amount
really
of it.
want to be involved in that?
You don't know what I'm going to use it for.
So
I don't care what you're going to use it for. It can't be good. That shit's dangerous.
yeah, if you're taking it out, I mean, it's already in baggies, so you could just take it as it is if you wanted. There's 6. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's 6 small baggies. They're kind of like the size of, you buy dice. They come in. This is one that reference that most people get. They come in those little like tie-up bags. It's that kind of size. They're not big. But you could take all 6 if you wanted. That's probably like, one of those would be like 100 grams. So 600 grams or something. I don't know how weights work. That might be not a reasonable measurement. It's probably
I'm just gonna go up to him and like put his hand that's picking him up down and be like, "This is where that discussion comes in. What the fuck are you gonna use these for?"
I'm not going to use it in regards to any of you.
Are you gonna sell it?
I wasn't planning on it.
What are you gonna use it for?
I haven't quite decided. I've got some ideas, but I just think it'll be useful to have around.
Bash
One
is
of those
going to-
ideas.
Bash joins the conversation. He says, "I hope you're aware that this is the kind of stuff that if you're found with it, you're never coming out of jail."
Yeah, that's fine. Also, it would be good to have some, proof backup that we were here and were able to find illegal stuff. Might help them find more of it if you're wanting to go to the authorities after this.
We all know there's no point going to the authorities.
Well, we've got that captain person who keeps calling us.
I would advise very heavily against taking some of this. I don't control you, but I feel this will never go the direction you expect. You start admitting to having this, the legal proceedings will be fast and probably not in your favor, especially if you're saying there's a corrupt system here.
I'm also
I'm trying really hard not to mother you and tell you what to do.
You're doing a very bad job of it.
Well, this is not a good idea to take.
I'm not taking it to take it. I'm not going to be snorting this or grinding up or whatever.
Take it with us. It shouldn't be on your person at all.
Also, I'd like to point out that if Fletcher finds out that, 6 of bags of expensive drugs that she's supposed to have has suddenly vanished, and then you turn up with them, you're going to be, like in a head pretty.
Oh, I'm not going to turn up with them.
I think that's probably the least of our concerns, seeing as there's 4 dead men over in the other room there. Yeah. I'm just saying, as far as things to be involved with, I don't care about most drugs. This one's real fucking bad. No matter who gets a hold of this, it's going to be bad. As far as I'm concerned, this shit should be destroyed.
Cromwell, I'm begging you, please don't take it.
Haven't we got more pressing things to be doing here than this? We're stood in a room with dead people.
But this just shows how important you taking this is.
Yes, I have to agree in this
Like,
particular
we are
case.
stopping everything to tell you not to.
We don't control him. We've given him the advice. If he
But if he,
still wants to
I
take
don't.
it, then it's his choice.
I'll think about it while we're here, but while we are here, I want to be working towards not being here. So I'll think about. I have heard you, and I will consider it. But let's keep moving while we are here,
Do not.
because at the moment we're just waiting for people to stumble onto us.
Do not.
Good enough.
I
Yeah,
think
let's
if
move on.
Franklin is here, he'll be downstairs.
Do
However,
not
I can't get
bring
downstairs.
it back to our rooms, okay? Do not bring it back to our rooms. I do not want to be associated with it.
Okay, it will not go into our rooms.
Although I will say, if you were actually telling the truth about just needing proof, we could probably find like a sales ledger or something else that'll be more.
It was just one idea.
Useful.
Cromwell is right there. We should keep moving.
Yeah, let's go.
If we can't go
Upstairs is,
through
I guess,
that
the
door-
next.
Upstairs, yes.
Yeah.
We'll just do upstairs and then we'll end of the session just so you can. So,
Yeah.
you wander to the stone stairs and now when I do this, you're gonna be able to see everything because trying to do like individual sections is what it is, but you can't see everything at the same time.
I get you.
So
I get you.
you come up to it's kind of over to the side. I didn't put it above because in Tailspire, when you do them above, you suddenly can't see.
What
It's
the
just
fuck is this?
Right? So you come up.
What the hell?
The first thing you come to is this metal door in this little stairwell. Some nice pictures put up, and a locked door.
Yeah, I got it.
This shit's on the screen is animated in Tailspire too. What the fuck?
I was gonna say there's some weeb shit on the walls.
Why have they got... Yeah.
Someone's watching anime
You
over
can't see
here.
that yet. You're at a door.
Oh, sorry. Where are we? Can you? Is there pings in this?
Where I am.
Yeah.
Can you see where I am?
Yeah.
I'm flying over it.
Okay.
Over
I see.
here.
I mean, you won't all be able to stand in there, so that's why I wasn't moving anyone yet.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I've not moved myself.
Outside. So, yes, you come to the door and it is locked. There is a keyhole.
Do we have a key?
We've got the same key from before.
Have we tried to open it? Just like with our hands?
I will just try and open
Well,
it.
he said it was locked,
It is
so
locked.
there's no way we'd know
Oh,
that had
did
we
he?
not tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been attacked too many times by Alex saying the door's just
I will-
unlocked. So I just
pass neither the key, as I'm still a few steps back on the stairs.
You take the key
Oh.
and you put it up to the lock, and as before, it has this weird magnetic feel, fits in, expands out, and you can unlock the door.
shit must be a master key or a skeleton key.
You open it up. As you step in, yes, you're very confused by this first sight. There's a very open plan sort of room, a corridor to your right-hand side, and some sort of stuff in the corner. But then this very weird setup. Directly in front of you are some very nice-looking sofas and a coffee table, and then a weird panel on the wall with moving images, not holograms. You've seen sort of like show sort of things before. You've got your talk stones, but this is just a weird flat panel showing currently just like some theatrical thing. Probably something you've seen maybe in theater before, especially the rich people, but like
What is
display.
Boku no Hero Academia?
Yikes.
Then to the right of that,
I believe this is a tenement arc.
to the right of that, there is a nice big fireplace with a couple more chairs, then a dining table and a kitchen area, and then a corridor which goes off. You can see two doors. This wall that isn't here is just so, again, it's easier to see inside.
And there's no one up here, correct?
You can do a perception check, but you haven't heard anyone or seen anyone.
I should do a perception check.
Sure.
That's 7 for me.
God. Oh, I'll do guidance on myself because that's going to make all the difference.
7. Your 7s?
No.
You're pretty
10, sorry,
confident
10.
you haven't heard anything.
Maybe we'll head down this way then.
Sure. As you go down the corridor, you can see there is
Slow down.
a window which looks out the front of the building, down to the street, and 2 doors, one to the left, one to the right.
Do the doors have the windows in, or are they just?
No, they're just wooden doors.
Are either of them locked?
Are you trying to open them? Which one first?
The one to my cousin's right, at the big room.
You attempt the door and it opens. It's open. You look inside and see a very, very fantastical kind of room. To your left, the sort of the front of the house, a big fireplace and all sorts of like expensive things. There's pots. There's you don't even know what sort of like sculptures, paintings, sofas or like little armchairs in front of the fire. Directly in front of you, a very nice looking study desk with books and stuff all over it, and sort of a bookshelf. And then to your right, there's a bed, some wardrobes, all sorts of things.
Give me the open. Give me the open.
You see a chest to the side of the desk. It's a very odd chest. Not quite how it looks there. You've seen like nice wooden chests before, where it would look normal with a big lock on it. This is kind of a stone-ish. It's kind of like a weird mixture between stone and bone, that kind of material, as a box with a very flat top, with a single keyhole directly in the top of it, so like towards the ceiling. The corners have got some sort of fancy extra bits on it that sort of extend outwards. There's no other markings or anything on it.
It is reaching out for like for key. Gimme.
I get the key.
You try the key that you have, and it doesn't seem to do anything with this lock.
This skeleton key is shit.
I'm gonna go over here and look under the bed.
You go over to the bed. There isn't anything under the bed. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's just an empty space under the bed.
I am going to search the desk.
Okay, give me a
And
investigation.
I will search this like vanity thing.
Sure. So to the left of the bed for the podcast, there is a little vanity desk type thing with a mirror. You can give an
10.
investigation on that as well. With a 10, you don't find anything on there. Books, various things, nothing particularly interesting.
Yeah, I've rolled above 5. No, I rolled 6 once. I've rolled above 10 on here.
14.
14. You look through the drawers, none of them particularly locked, and as you open one of them, there's just a key chilling in the drawer.
Nice.
I will reach tentacle the key out,
Mhm.
and I will go and try and open the chest.
The key does not fit the lock.
Fuck.
Excellent.
No.
I
I'm gonna
will
put my-
go and have a look at these wardrobe things to see if they have keyholes, and if not, I will go to this other door.
Wardrobes don't have keyholes; they just open and they're full of clothes.
I'd like to-
What gender, or if there is a gender apparent from the clothes?
There's no real like specific gender. There's a lot of like long
Non-gendered clothes.
long cloaks and things. You would possibly presume you've seen Fletcher. She's a dragonborn. They don't have like feminine figures in the same way as humans would. So perhaps it's hers. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay.
Well,
that tells us that it's-
this door.
That it's not the daughter's room. So
Not that you can tell.
no. Yeah.
You put your ear up to the door. Did you say?
Yeah.
Your possession? Perception.
7.
Don't hear anything.
Mage
Fuck.
tentacle. Try it.
Door opens.
Oh wow! It just opened. Wow.
So this one is just a smaller bedroom, wardrobe, smaller bed, some shelving, a desk which seems a lot less work focused, a lot more hobby focused, and then a little chest in the corner with a mirror.
Oh,
Mage
Franklin's not
tentacle
here.
chest.
You open the chest, and it's just got clothes and things in it.
Damn it. These chests have all been a massive disappointment.
I bet that weird one over in that room is good, but we
How do
don't
we
have
have it?
anything.
I will check under the bed here.
Can you?
Nothing under the bed.
I want to check out this weird looking desk. It's got some weird magic shit.
Yeah, there's powders and things. When you look at it, it all seems very like hobby focused rather than actually making anything. Like, when you're a kid, you might have one of those toys that has like slime and such. It's a little more advanced than that, but it's the same effect in that you're not making any magic potions and things with this. You're just making maybe something that goes poof, and maybe some books that are just like some, good reads. There's nothing of interest. It's nothing special.
This must be the daughter's room.
Which teen heartthrob is in this painting?
No one you recognize.
This is someone I
I'll tell you what,
recognize.
It'll be I know who it is. It'll be the leader of the guild.
Yeah.
In Corsair. I can't remember his name.
Oh, fuck.
Not the leader of it, but like the Fantastic Five or whatever I've called them, like the
Fantastic Four?
No, Fantastic Five. They're the overly hyped up and probably not that good adventurers guild front that the king really pushes.
Oh my god, guys, she's a comic nerd. She loves oh god. The stretchy man. Mr. Fantastic. Alright. Well,
Has anyone found a key?
I
Yeah.
did. It's the thieves' tools in my pocket. I'm gonna try to pick
Laronis
those.
Oh, did you
Hellthorn.
say yes?
That's his name.
Yes, I did. We were all there.
Laronis-
You saw me try and put them in the chest.
Laronis Hellthorn, leader of the Spectacular Five.
That key might be for downstairs.
You can try and pick the lock.
That's where we'll try next.
Am I still good at thieves' tools?
I don't know.
I am.
It's not something you lose.
True 19, baby. Plus 2 plus 3 for 24.
Cool. You pick it very carefully, very gently. You close your eyes. You feel the lock, and it unlocks.
Oh
The
yeah.
whole like front plate of it lifts up, and as it does so, there's this sort of like of dust or something that hits you in the face. Give me a
Cool.
Constitution save.
Hell yeah.
Dust, you say?
11.
Could it be special super hard
11.
drugs dust?
I hit with this in the face, and you're like, ooh, Daisy, and you sort of rub out your eyes. It stings a little bit as it hits you. It leaves a little bit of like a sparkly sheen. And then your entire brain just starts to figuratively melt. The room just starts like morphing and swimming, and you're just seeing things like beasts appearing and disappearing. Your friends are like dissolving and then reforming and molding, and when they start to talk to you, you're just hearing this. The rest of you see Maisie's eyes just like past pupils dilating, the pupils just become the eyes, like pure black, as she's just like spacing out and like struggling to keep balance. You can see her like grabbing her face a little bit and just like reaching out as she's freaking out.
Can I try and grapple her into a hug?
You can attempt to. I would imagine she's going to try and not, because as you lean forwards, Maisie, you just see like a huge bestial weird nothingness just leaning in to try and grab you.
Cal, you got anything for that? I ain't got anything for that.
I'm just looking. I've got nothing I can do.
What do I need to roll?
What do I need to roll?
It's just it'll
Athletics,
be a
be
grapple.
athletics?
Yeah, it'll be a grapple. Sorry, I was just looking at this.
Yeah, but how does grapple work?
It's athletics.
Oh, fuck.
What are the numbers?
Dirty 20.
No.
I didn't hear that, Pody. A
9.
9. You try to go in and she just freaks out, like pushes you back, and is just like going into the corner and just like freaking out. She's like obviously unable to keep a balance. This only lasts like 20 seconds, maybe. Maisie, this is like 10 years. This is the longest thing you've ever experienced. Not actually, but like, it goes on for ages until everything starts to form back, appear back. You see everyone reappearing, your eyes start to come back down, and you just feel this headache just start to kick you in the ass, like a stabbing pain through your eyes. 4 levels of exhaustion, but like our normal, our new exhaustion rather than like normal.
Oh, okay.
So that's -4 to modifiers, -1 to death save rolls, and -5 to speed. As you're just like your entire body feels like you're being torn apart and shoved together at the same time.
Cool.
Yeah. Inside the box is a pair of braces.
Yes.
Fuck you!
Makes tentacle.
Absolutely not.
Grab them while you were hallucinating.
Yeah. You obviously don't know what they do immediately. I can tell you what they look like. They are made of a black leather that you can assume, as with most of these things, would fit to your wrist and like resize. The edges are stitched with a dark brown. On the top, there is the design of laced black string with brown beads for decoration. Atop the lace is a metal brooch, circle in shape, with a sort of mandala-style design on it. And slotted into the lace on the top are 2 thin daggers, but you don't really know what. They don't come out, but you would reasonably assume you need to attune before you can do anything with these.
Okay. I have put them as mystery daggers, black with daggers and lace.
Yeah.
Also, mystery bracer thing.
Everyone else is just chill with that being taken from the box while that's all
Well,
happening.
everyone's a little distracted, yes.
No, not
Cool.
really, but I know
I'm not hiding it. You guys know that I've got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah,
kill
I'm aware.
Cromwell.
I'm aware.
He's going to die.
Not necessarily.
As
In
you
your
start
sleep.
to come down,
He's in
Ash
the
comes in,
afternoon.
he's like, is everything okay in here?
No!
No.
She took the drugs.
There's some kind of trap on the chest. I think it was the drugs, I think.
Yeah.
Everything hurts.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But it's okay, yeah.
It's worse than being dead.
There were some braces in there, but Cromwell's looking after them for us.
Fuck you!
I'm also the guy who knows the person who can identify stuff for us. So
I earned that shit. Gimme!
you literally can't do anything with
out
it.
later. Can we just go downstairs and see if that key works, please?
When you can get stuff identified, then you can hold on to it.
Cromwell, can we please go downstairs and see if that key works?
Yeah. Do you want the key? You seem
Yes,
keen.
give me it.
Keen.
As soon as
There
I
you
get
go.
some rest, I swear.
So as you feel extreme pain or frustration and move towards the downstairs, we'll end up our session